YouTube. I am back live. Let me explain. If this happens one more time, I will be taking a quick intermission while I leave to go get my old router. Take this, or I say old router. Let me put it this way. My newest router that's at my old house. I will leave, go get it, take this old router that is in my basement, and promptly throw it as far as I possibly can out the backside of my house because this is ridiculous. So yes, again, I apologize. Not really sure what happened there. What's going on with my internet provider? But it's enough to drive me crazy. So, all right, let's see where we go. Let's see if we got this fixed and if we can move forward. We are back. All right. Refreshing that. Alright, and we are back here live. So, hey, what's up, Biggest Noob? Good seeing you. Starvolt is back. Arctic Wolf Motion, yeah, I'm back and I'm back live. Sorry again about that. I don't know what happened. It's saying my DNS server had went out, so who knows? Alright, I'm bringing the conversation back up. Alright, guys, can you hear me again?
Cool. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, we are back live. Again, sorry about that. So let's get back on this here. Anyways, back to Ellis, Anthony. So essentially, I'm sure the guys probably filled you in on what happened, eh?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the situation there that we've got with him. So.
Yeah.
All right, and again, I'm apologizing now. If it goes out one more time, I will take that quick 5-minute break. I will run to my old house, grab my new router, and bring it over. I meant to do it after work, but I was running behind, so I just simply didn't do it. It's just that simple. I wish I would have, believe me. So, all right. So, where was I at? Chid, I was looking for your answers. What was your opinion here on the entire thing that came down today?
Oh, it's wonderful that it happened. And I just hope it stayed at just using bots and modding.
So you'd like to see it staying at just at the bots and mods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of people and alliances thrive off account sharing. Just to be able to...
You know, as long as they're not cheating and using bots and mods, and I get where Anthony's coming from too, but at the same time, if somebody else is logged into your account and is doing the work's getting done. It's like it's like hiring somebody to mow your lawn instead of doing it yourself. That's kind of why I have less issue with it. I feel like it's a victimless crime in that sense, not unlike the cheaters.
Except for the alliance that missed out on the 2.2 cheated and moved your other alignment. I mean, it's cheating. Bottom line, it's cheating.
All right, real quick, let's Anthony, go ahead and tell us your entire stance on all this.
I love it. I thought it was a good move by Kabam. Yet another solid, good step forward from them. The last 6 months or so have been really good stuff coming out of Kabam.
Except today.
This is nothing new. They ban accounts all the time. There just hasn't been something on this scale.
And so public, and visible.
They do
it has.
Yeah. Last year, this time, yeah.
Yeah, July last year.
But this was the biggest one to date, and they do ban sweeps all the time, and it blows my mind that it freaks people out. I hate that cheating's in the game. It's a slap in the face to all of us who work really hard, either in-game or the money that we earn outside of the game that we put into the game. Either way, it's a slap in the face, and I'm glad we taking care of it.
Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and just continue. I think this is the warning, guys.
Yep.
I think this is the warning for all the people that are sharing accounts. Like, people are logging in and moving for Alliance Quest, moving for Alliance War. Because it said, you have been warned.
Yep.
I think this is the last
It's the shot across the bow.
The thing I'm worried about is...
They're trying to clean up the bugs. They're trying to clean up the game. We've already seen him trying to fix a lot of bugs with Champions. This last patch, it was all bug fixes for Champions and stuff. Now they're cleaning out cheaters. They're warning the people, if you play someone else's account, it's going to happen eventually. You may not get caught immediately, maybe not now, but maybe in 6 months.
But you will
maybe
get caught.
Get caught. Maybe.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
the thing
take
I'm
that
worried
risk
about.
if you want. I'm not going to. I never have, and I'm not ever going to.
Same here.
I'm
folks.
certainly not going to do it.
With Frojo.
100%.
See,
I know hundreds of players. Hundreds. I was in Core, E-Bomb, 5-Star, OCIP, 4 Loki. There's people in all those alliances that are sharing accounts.
Massive.
And same thing with the alliance I'm in now, HOK. People share accounts.
it's like oxygen.
All right. So here, real quick, let's get caught up. Let me read the chat. Phoenix says, I was around a year ago at this same date and time, and they did a massive 720-hour ban back then. It's plain and simple. They hacked and shared accounts. If you share accounts, be careful if in other regions. Biggest Noob says, the problem, talking about my internet. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I'm not 100% sure. It's just here recently. I had it when I first moved in. It went away, and now it's back. So it could be a problematic event for my router if it happens again. I'm just sharing that warning with my router that's in the room next to me. It could be bad news for that router.
Yeah, Jason Zhu asks a question. It says, the thing is, how Kabam will know my little brother is holding my phone and playing Arena on my account? That's not the issue.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's not the issue.
Said that instance is okay.
Well, right. If you have your phone and you're giving it to somebody else in your family and they're playing on your account, first of all, they'd have no way of knowing that. It's your account and your device. Second of all, nobody cares about that.
You see, Frojo, that's what I'm worried about. You see, I play 2 accounts. My main one that I've worked on all this time, and then another one where the player retired and just gave out the account to someone. I took the account and I'm using it to help a friend in his alliance.
That is
I'm just worried
that is a clear-cut violation of terms of service.
I wouldn't be doing
Here.
it anymore, man.
And I wouldn't be saying that out loud on a live stream if I were you two.
So let me
I
ask
always
you
have
this.
to think about it before I go back.
I didn't say anything.
But here, let me ask this.
Yes.
Does it really matter? A guy quits. So a guy quits, and you feel that account should not be played. He shouldn't have the right to give it to his friend.
That's how Kabam looks at it.
I understand. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying, as an individual, you guys are that hard pressed that you feel that is a bad thing. I'm not saying is it against the rules or is it not, but I mean, here's my problem. I don't feel that's bad. Look, somebody quits the game and they want to move on. Let them move on.
Yeah, in that instance, I don't think that it's wrong, like handing it off. But Kabam does, and also we don't like. Okay, Chid, I'll ask you on the line room, but like we don't know if so and so sold the account to so and so, and neither does Kabam, and they don't like missing out on their money, and they're missing out on money by the new person not growing the account themselves.
Yep.
Okay, so now here we go. Let's take this a little bit further because you kind of touched on it here. Let's go a bit further. Say you sold the account. Does it really matter?
Yes, it matters.
No, not to Kabam. I'm not talking about to Kabam. I'm talking about as players in the community.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
It is because it's in the terms of service.
I don't give a... Listen, there's a million things in the terms of service that everybody breaks every day.
Slice him is strictly asking your opinion on selling the account. If there was no terms of service, is basically what he's saying.
I'm asking where you guys stand. Because here's my difference. This is what I'm hearing. It's so easy and it's so funny to listen to. And I'm just playing a little bit of devil's advocate here. Because later on I'll tell you exactly where I stand on things. But I'll wait till the end of the stream to give everything my true 2 cents. So let me put it this way. I'm just saying, it's so funny because I listen to players. Oh, they deserve that ban. Oh, that guy did this. Oh, yeah. And then you listen to people say, oh, they shouldn't be able to buy those accounts. I'm glad they got banned. Okay, are you really that upset about it? Like it really hurts your feelings? If that guy's got the money to buy the account, you say he shouldn't be allowed to? Does it really change how you play the game? Because again, it's a game. Are you mean to tell me that that changes how you play it? I'm not talking about the mods. I'm not talking about the hacks. I'm talking about somebody selling an account because they're done. They've played it for 2 years. Something comes on. They've dumped thousands into the account. You're saying they shouldn't be allowed to sell it? And somebody shouldn't be allowed to buy it? That's all I'm asking.
Here's how I view that. And there's, again, to play devil's advocate, I think there's two ways to look at it. One, by the way, I'm not watching the chat right now. I'm looking at Reddit because somebody said something about something, so I'm looking for it. Here's the way I look at it. We're investing a lot of money into this game. Whether you're putting in real money or your time, which is worth money, and Anthony even mentioned that earlier, whether if you go out and you earn money to spend in the game, you're paying one way or another. And I kind of feel like you should be able to sell your account because it's something that you've invested your time and your money into. Therefore, I view it as an asset. Because what's the argument against it? Oh, they should have to earn their way up to that level. Right. Well, they could also just go out and spend money on their account and get up to that level pretty quick. And I don't think it's fair to say that, I get that it's a violation of the terms of service. So I'm not talking about the legality or illegality of it. I'm talking about from a moral perspective. I think you should be able to sell accounts. I think you should be able to buy an account, as long as you're not cheating, and go forward from there. If I've invested all this time and effort getting up to this level and I'm willing to walk away from the game, I should be able to get something back out of that. It shouldn't be that, it's a limited time thing and only as long as I play it, and then it's just, digital garbage when I'm done with it. That's how I feel.
And real quick, there's a lot of talk in chat about IP address checking, moving around, this, that, and the other. I saw one person mention it, and Italian Joe said, the ban, so far from what we see on the current ban, it has been only for modders and hackers, not for account sharing. Kabam has shown no evidence they're checking IP addresses. So again, that's what we're seeing so far. I'm not saying there maybe not have been one or two, but guys, and you guys can attest to this, I think. Frojo can say it, Jacob, everybody. I know for a fact I've seen people do it. They are not banning people for sharing accounts just yet. I think this is the warning shot. This is their chance to grab everybody's attention. And if you think you're nuts, we're sitting here talking in a live stream about a game, about people being banned and what it means. They've grabbed everybody's attention. They grabbed all of us by the cojones, and they said, listen here, we're going to start banning people. Here's your warning shot. We've been telling people to quit modding and quit hacking. We just cut them off today. Now, quit doing everything else or you're going to get banned. I don't see it being a ban for people that have been sharing accounts, but let me tell you, if you don't have a little bit of nerve in you moving forward, sharing an account with somebody or moving for somebody, then you've got cojones of steel, because that's what's going to happen, folks. I don't know that they're going to be banning people, but this is a warning shot. This is a get your attention. This is a hello, wake up, we can do this, and we will if it gets out of control. And I think that's the key, is does it get out of control? Because the mods, the hacks, the breaking of the game, I think that is what has caused this ban. It got rampant. Everybody was everywhere doing it.
I have the data in front of me. You want me to read it real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen a lot of misinformation around the web today about the bans. I'd like to dispel some myths and put some minds at ease. Short version. Today's bans specifically target accounts that have benefited from cheat mods. This ban does not target users with minor TOS violations, 2 non-cheating users sharing the same account, or 1 user with multiple devices, like I do. I've got 5 devices. Number 3, undeserved bans are highly unlikely and can be easily proven via historical data. I would be surprised if they end up having a single false positive for a ban. Now, it says the way they catch cheaters, every game collects a lot more data than you would expect as part of its normal operation. So, for an example, a set of fight data shows that a LOL full health enemy fight ended with the user only hitting the enemy 5 times. It's a mathematical impossibility without cheating. Boom, caught. Another example, a fight reports 0 damage received against a tough opponent with champs that could not possibly avoid taking any damage. Even if the modded code is clever enough to report back plausible data, a huge red flag would be timestamp. So they're collecting all of this information, and I'm just giving you the short version. Lastly, there's often evidence of cheating based on statistical probability. Did you beat LOL with a team of 3-star champs? It might be mathematically possible, but so statistically unlikely that it at least warrants having a real human review of the data. What they are not doing. They are not banning accounts based solely on IP addresses, GPS coordinates, or device IDs. I've seen a lot of the what if my Alliance teammate from Australia logs into my account. With proxy services and VPNs being a thing, they can't definitively label someone a cheater for logging in around the world on different devices. Furthermore, this is not the kind of behavior they are trying to eliminate. At best, it's a minor TOS infraction, not ban-worthy. So this is what is posted on Reddit. Now, this guy's not a Kabam employee, and based on what I saw from Kabam Mike, I would take it with a grain of salt and be cautious going forward. He does say it's possible that they could be flagging accounts from known for-profit mercenaries, IPs, or device IDs. But without evidence of cheating, they aren't going to drop bans on these accounts. And if you're paying an internet stranger to beat content for you, then you deserve to lose your account. And I also say, why are you here then? For the people who claim I got banned for sharing my account with a friend, I never cheated, there are only 2 possible answers. Either the person you shared with cheated, or your pants are on fire.
All right.
I like
real quick, welcome, Gage. And second, I don't know where all this talk about selling accounts came from. I never said he sold the account. He just straight up retired and gave up the info.
No, and I didn't say he did. I don't think anybody said he did.
Yeah, but chat's just going off about selling accounts.
Well, that's because I brought it up.
Okay.
I brought up selling
we
accounts.
were just talking about it in a hypothetical general setting.
And yes, Sonic, I'm aware you sent me. I'm going to read it off here in 2 seconds.
Is it about her kids? Because if it is, I was going to touch on that.
No, it's not, because I don't think at this point that's too big of a deal. Q Lion, what's up? Good seeing everybody. Because we're going to touch on that as well here, Anthony. But here is what Kabam Mike said on the forum, okay? He said, this is at 7:42 p.m. This was not early in the day. This is after many other posts have been made, okay? And I wish somewhere I have both of the posts.
It's in our chat.
Was it ours? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that. Okay, let me scroll up here. Let me get everything here.
Eli, you're banned. Straight up.
Okay. Here's what we're seeing. 1 second. And then we'll come right back to chat. Let me read. Kabam Mike at 656 said, "Hey all, having multiple accounts for yourself is fine, as is playing on multiple devices with a single account. What's not alright is sharing your accounts with others or using services that off to do difficult content for you. This message was a reminder to all summoners that cheating is not okay, but if you're an honest player, you don't need to worry about it." Then we moved on. The next part was 842. He said, "I think you might have been mistaken. We never said that sharing for Alliance Wars or Alliance Quest was okay. That's a clear violation of terms of service. All forms of account sharing have always been a bannable offense. If you do it, you can have your account banned. Do not share your login. Correct. Do not share your login information with anybody else, and do not log into any account that is not your own." Okay, there's a couple things to take away from this, guys. The key word that I read out of this is can. It's a bannable offense. Doesn't mean it's a lifetime ban. Doesn't mean it's a automatic get out of the game, we'll see you later, or anything like that. And Lim says, what does a ban account look like if you search them? Right now they're still up. They're still active. So, again, what Kabam Mike said is it's bannable, meaning it could be banned, and that they can ban you. And it's been there forever.
In the past, they've never removed accounts. Any account that's ever been banned is still there, and the person just can't log into them. All their champs are still there, all that stuff.
All right, and real quick, what's up, my name? And again, guys, if I miss you when you come on, We've got a lot of stuff going on, so hang tight. No, we will get to you. I'm scrolling up. I'm reading. I'm trying to keep up. There's a lot of information here, and there's going to be a lot of discussion. First,
to back that real quick,
hold on. Let me take care of one thing here, Anthony. Ellis, here's what I can tell you, man. Sitting here in our live chat saying, what about me, oh, woe is me, is going to do you zero good. Like on the scale of 1 to 100, that's going to do you like a -5 good. The best thing that I can tell you is email Kabam. Bring to the table everything that's happened, everything that's been said. Any correspondence that you've had with them has to be noted. If you waited to point out that your account was hacked, you're probably hosed. If they're still saying it's a permanent ban, unfortunately, man, it looks like you're going to be banned. They're not going to be reversing these anytime here soon. Now, on the other side of it, look, they're probably getting a million messages right now. The only other piece of advice I could give you is to wait. And what I mean by that is send your messages in now, start making your claim, and then make sure you revisit it in a week or two. Once everything settles down and everybody that's banned and they know they're supposed to be banned has went on their merry way and started new accounts or done whatever else they're going to do with their life, message Kabam again and say, look, I believe my account was overlooked in the mass ban. Here's what happened, and explain yourself again and come back to them with the facts. I emailed you on this date. I explained my situation. You said this, and then I got banned.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now.
That is your only hope.
Yep.
Because outside of that, you're done. There's nothing anyone in this stream can do for you. Talking about it won't help it. Crying about it won't help it. Kabam is eating the tears of people everywhere right now that are crying over their banned account. And here's the problem. It doesn't have to be your fault. From the standpoint that if someone else logged into your account to move you, and let's all be honest, we've seen people do it plenty of times over. It's been common in the upper echelon. And somebody else that jumped into your account moved you, and they are playing with a banned or hacked or any type of modified device, your account just got banned. So who you need to be pissed off at is not Kabam, not anyone else, but you need to get a hold of whoever the hell was moving you and say, dude, you just screwed me. And you screwed yourself by letting people you should have trusted better move you around on the map. I mean, unfortunately, that's my advice. And because here's the thing. People do it. If we're going to sit here and say that they don't, you're out of your mind, they do it. I think now it's bringing it to light. You might want to be a little more careful, but that's what you're looking at. So,
the only thing I can suggest is you need to decide right now: are you going to continue playing the game if they ban you or not? Like, if you're going to continue playing, you might as well start right now, new account. Let them review your account, and if they find out somehow that what everything you're saying is the truth, you'll get your account back, and you wasted a week getting other stuff. It's not that big of a deal, and if you want to keep playing the game even if you've been banned, you're a week already, or a week or 2 months down the line, rebuilding back to where you were.
Exactly, and yeah, guys, in a banned account on the login, Q-Line, they were asking about if you looked them up. So that's the difference there. Just so you guys know, don't forget the Stark event is up and active. Italian Joe has kind of nailed it on the head as well. Devices don't matter, nor do IP addresses currently. And that's what we're seeing right now. Guys, don't go crazy. I mean, here's the thing. They want to see the community come in line. They don't want to see stuff going all crazy, all willy-nilly, and people just doing whatever they want. The idea behind this is that people settle down a little bit. I think it just got maybe a little out of control, too many people doing things.
Yeah, I mean, when you see like MCOC Infobot advertising services like blatantly out in the open like that, then you know people were getting a little too bold with it.
Yeah.
Boycott Infobot.
By the way, welcome Cosmic Space Bub. Welcome. And guys, listen, if anybody else is new here, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. And again, tonight we are discussing the ban. In the meantime, I'm playing in the background, but that's minor. Um, Jason says, "Slice 'em. Your chair did spin those crystals for you. Did your chair get banned? LOL." No. Luckily, the chair is still here. It's safe and sound. Because we're in the same house, I don't think Kabam picked up on the different or on the chair playing for me. Luckily, its skill though was very bad. It didn't pull anything better in my crystals. So, yeah. Cosmic Space does have a good question here, real quick. He says, "How does everyone think the Gwenpool Arena results will drastically change after this ban?"
Well, I mean, she already.
Bulldog, go ahead. You was first.
I was going to say, I mean, the results of the previous arena already turned out lower than we expected. A lot of us, we expected the mutually assured destruction of it to just keep going up, up, up. So I think the effects of the ban, I think probably will. I think the ban will play a small portion, but I think it will come down again. I think with people seeing that the huge numbers were unnecessary, and then you get out some of the bots that are running up huge numbers. Yeah, I think we'll see Gwenpool's cutoff be lower this time.
Well, I think it's going to be lower anyway. You got the Tier 4 basic going on as well, so that's definitely going to help as well. But Frojo, what was you going to say?
I could see it going either way. Depends on how many accounts we're hacking. If a good number of them were hacking, it might help because there's now that many accounts not in the pool, so therefore it may make it harder to get the champion. And that's less champions rewarded to other ones.
So
because you have to think about it, maybe the botters were running the bot accounts and only doing the minimum, going from account to account, and just was trying to make it only doing the minimum, and then it would go to the next account and then go only to the minimum and to the next account and to the minimum, trying to increase the prize pool. So therefore, on their legit account, they only had to do so many million. Now, if all these bot accounts are blocked, and now there's not all these bot accounts doing the minimum to get into the pool, it could affect it. It depends on how everything was going on.
I agree with that.
If I was a botter, that's what I would have done. I would have made like 1,000 accounts and made it go from account to account and only do the minimum. And therefore, I put in 1,000 accounts, and then I just did however million on my legit device and scored however million, and it just helped everyone. And those accounts didn't really get anything except shards. I don't know. That's my thinking. It just depends on how the botters were doing it. If they were just doing it on their account, it just depends.
Isn't that what PvPs do? But with crystals, just make a new account, then buy crystals and send it to the main account.
That's what a lot of people did when they first made accounts. They would make a bunch of accounts, and they would get as many units as they could from the first little bit, and then whatever one got the best 4-star or the only one that got a 4-star, then they would play on that account from the beginning of the game. Yeah.
Okay. Times have changed. Or not. Can't really tell.
So, again, continuing down this road, somebody's got some major win there. Real quick here, Pringle asks, who should I rank up? Miss Marvel, Kamalakan, Carnage, or Black Bolt? I forgot about that second shot. Ooh. In my opinion there, I think you just wait. There's really no reason to level either of them. Or any of them. None of them are going to be drastic game changers. I would hang on to the resources and wait for something a little bit better.
Out of those three, no. Never mind. That's all Kamala Khan now. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, out of those three, I would hold tight.
Oh, yes.
Did we answer Sonic's question about the multiple devices and accounts thing?
No.
Okay, I got the official statement for Kabam Mike. He specifically addressed this today also. He said, having multiple accounts for yourself is fine, as is playing on multiple devices with a single account. What's not alright is sharing your account with others or using services that opt to do difficult content for you. This message was a reminder to all summoners that cheating is not okay. But if you're an honest player, you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, but in Sonic's case, she's got two boys that are 10 and 13, I believe, and her and her husband will go on their kids' accounts and buy them units, or
they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's worrying about stuff like that. They're not, it's a family thing. They all do it together. It's something they do as a family.
Yeah. Last year
thing.
when all the bans happened last year, they did this message like Kang was the one saying it, and they said even Kang doesn't have a heart to ban your account because you let your child play on your account. It specifically said that last year at this time.
And again, here you're not even close to the bannable offense. I mean, not even remotely close. You're talking about one. I'm probably closer to getting banned because I log in from my phone to my iPad with 3 different accounts. I have my backup account, my normal account, and then my stepson has an account on his iPad. I mean, at least that. There's 3 accounts cycling through 2 devices. But at that point, again, it's the same IPs, it's the same devices, if they were even banning for that. And again, as of right now, they haven't even begun banning for that, or the hit would be even harder. I mean, there would be alliances that are just toasted, in my opinion.
There are a couple.
Well, that's because the people that were logging in were hackers. I mean, but it's not from people sharing, because I'm telling you, alliances everywhere would be dropping. There would be no top tier alliances. Unless you think I'm wrong there. Frojo, Jacob, you guys have more experience there, but from what I've seen in my little bit of time, top tier alliances, heck, some of them even state in their recruiting message, must be okay with someone else logging into your account, basically.
We don't have that happen here. I mean, we got one guy. He is a guy from a different alliance that moves them, but that's it. No one in our alliance gives their account to another person in our alliance.
That's really good.
It's good, but it's rare. Frojo, I mean, what's your thoughts? You've been in a couple different alliances.
I've seen it. I've seen it over and over again. One of them was probably the worst. I'm not gonna call them out, but one of them was really bad. Like, that's all they did.
Expose them.
It was like one guy was playing like 7 different accounts, and I was just like, "Are y'all kidding me?" I was like, because it kind of at first I thought maybe it was just like every once in a while, but then I started noticing like differences in play. Like, I'd be like, "Wow, okay, wait, somebody that just moved isn't good, but whoever was moving it yesterday was really good."
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not in those alliances, but I think that that is cheating and not allowed, and I hope that they do something about that. And I don't care if they dismantle the top 100 alliances or not.
I don't either.
I think they need to do what they need to do, and I think because of the amount of money that they spend, they got this warning. But after this warning, if they keep doing it, they will start dismantling alliances. And I hope they did a few today to send a message.
Here, let me ask you a question, because I think, Anthony, you're probably the strictest on the whole situation. So let me ask you a question. How much of the terms of service do you feel should be upheld? I mean, is there anything in there that you say, well, that shouldn't really be a bannable offense, or that shouldn't be against the policy? I mean, is there anything there?
Not really. I mean, I think we don't really have that luxury of being able to choose or make that choice, or even really contemplating it. I think they're in the terms of service for some really good reasons. Otherwise, Kabam wouldn't have put it in there.
Okay, because for example here, somebody was just talking about it. here you go. 10-year-olds is against term of service. So at this point, you're basically saying Sonic shouldn't allow her kids to play.
Who said that?
Yeah. What?
No. Anthony, the strong supporter of the terms of service, inside the term of service, they have an age limit of 13. So,
I mean,
yeah. A. Willow was just reading through it. He said,
that's
reading through them today, under the 13 of age is against their terms of service. And it could be because of violence, it could be because of language. There's a million different
Really?
reasons.
right.
but
And go because they're 9.
I mean, clearly, I don't agree with booting a 10-year-old.
Why?
But I mean, if Kabam chooses to do that, they choose to do that. I mean, I can't.
What makes that okay and what doesn't make something else? See, this is the slippery slope. When you take a stance, it's 100% terms of service. Okay, my 9-year-old can't play.
I mean, I think there's a big difference between a 10-year-old playing the game and top alliances taking every competitive advantage they can to stay on top. I think that's ignorant to think otherwise.
So in the terms of service, I'm trying to understand this. It's saying that if someone under 13, like if Caden played
Correct.
my account, it's against terms of service.
Correct. According A. Willow said he read through the terms today. I haven't read through them. I'm just going through it.
That's been in there a while. There's a 13-year-old age limit in the game. A former Alliance member of mine had a kid that was under that, and was telling us all, if anybody asks, he's 13.
I know
because
why.
That's the age limit.
I know why. It's because of the global chat.
Well, yeah.
Probably. But I think the point
younger
that
than that there.
the point that Slicem is
Here.
trying to make is that similar to America's draconian drug laws, just because something is illegal does not mean it's wrong, and just because something is legal does not mean it's right. And
Right.
I think he's just trying to point out that, taking a hardline stance means that you got to take a hardline stance on everything. And some of them do not make sense from a logical perspective.
Right.
Or what we would consider to be, moral. You know what I mean? Like somebody going to jail for 30 years for stealing a slice of pizza. Most people can agree that may be, the legal thing, but it's not really the moral thing.
Right.
And in this situation, somebody helping somebody out because they're on vacation. What?
That sounds like a lawyer thing to me. I mean, they probably had to put the age limit in there for content, language, whatever.
Probably.
That clearly there's a big difference between under 13 playing the game and moving your pieces in Alliance Quest. Like, I don't even know why that's a conversation.
Because it's in the terms of service. At the end of the day,
take a line or you don't.
Really?
But here, look, my question was exactly this. Do you believe whatever's in the terms of service should be enforced? And your answer was yes. If it's in the term of service, it's a strict enforcement. It's either there or it's not. You're a black or white individual.
But that's taking it to the extreme, and clearly there's a difference between 10-year-olds and the top alliances cheating and messing up the game. I mean, that's
not according to Kabam.
I mean,
but Anthony is saying the only thing that concerns him is something that makes a player better than they really are, or being able to be on more than they really are, or being able to do things that they normally wouldn't do. That's what Anthony is. That's where Anthony stands. That's where he's saying he stands on the terms of service. That's where I stand on the terms of service. I don't care if 10-year-olds play the game.
Your Q fight for you. Go ahead. I mean, I'm cool with that.
What if they're really good?
A ridiculous argument.
But if they're really good, what's it matter? I mean, here, let me ask you another theoretical question then. Okay? Just out of curiosity. Let's say that, let's say that I'm playing, I have a 16-year-old kid who's extremely good at the game, and let's just say that I have a kid that's as talented as Jacob at the game, playing at the top tier of the game. He's at my house, and I say, hey, man, I'm having a problem with this. Beat this for me.
Sounds like it's his account, not yours.
It sounds like I'm breaking. I mean, I'm not technically doing anything wrong. He's beating it for me, but it's no different. I mean, here's my point. My point is you're running into a very slippery slope. You have to be careful with when you say there's no way around it. If I'm not home and I say, hey, man, I'm not going to be home, go move this, does it make it illegal?
Yes, that is illegal. That is a competitive advantage that is making you better than someone else, and that's completely cheating. And so is having your 16-year-old kid who's amazingly good at the game play AQ for you. Like that should not be allowed.
But that Engaged nails it in the chat. He says, I see what Anthony's saying. And again, he says, I see what Sliceman is saying too. You have to either let everything slide or nothing slide. It's
No,
yes.
Come on.
It's okay. I mean, here, look. Let me put it this way. I've been a manager in dealerships for a very long time, and there's probably the one thing that a manager told me a long time ago that makes the most sense. If you start giving in to customers and you start giving away things, you just, okay, it's not a big deal. We'll give you this. The guy comes in and says, all right, man, look, I just bought this car. I've had it for 3 months, and my light bulb went out. I want you to give me a new light bulb. You give him the light bulb. It's been 3 months. Hey, it's just a light bulb. Now he comes back 3 weeks later and says, hey, man, I was driving, and my brakes aren't working very well. I don't think that this car had good enough brakes. I want you to give me new brakes. So now you say, well, man, you've had this car for 3 months and 2 weeks now. Yeah, but you just replaced my light bulb. Well, yeah, but that light bulb was cheap. At some point there's a stopping point. When you start giving and you start saying, this is okay, you're conditioning people to say, this is okay.
To that. Here's my answer to that. If I have to kick a 10-year-old out from playing the game to enforce the rules as they should be, then I'm going to have to say yes, because if letting a 10-year-old play the game means that the top alliances or someone in my alliance or the alliance that I'm facing in war is allowed to cheat, then yeah, get them the hell out of the game.
I think in Sonic's case, though, they have their own accounts. Each one of them has their own account. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they do.
And they do.
I think that's fine.
And again, I'm not using...
Now, if you're having your 12-year-old sit there and play Arena for you while you're at work, and they're over at the nannies, and for the 8 hours, and then you come home and you're playing the Arena for 4, 5, 6 hours, 8 hours. Yeah, that's cheating. Now, if they have their own account, that's all fine and dandy. And if you hand say you're driving down the road and you hand the game, hey, can you finish this fight for me? I paused it. I didn't realize. I thought I finished it. That's okay. Kabam has clearly said that's okay. I thought you were saying earlier that they were just playing it like a little bit. Now, if they're playing it all the time, it's wrong. It should be banned. That shouldn't be allowed. Because that's the same thing as me having a roommate. I work night shift. He works day shift. We have an iPad. When we sit at the home, he plays it when I'm not there, and I play it when he's not there, and we play 24/7.
Yeah.
I can tell you this: that'd be one awesome account, though. And again, guys, I'm stirring the pot. I'm wanting people to think, because when bans like this happen, it's easy to say, oh, well, that guy deserved to get banned. But my question becomes, what really constitutes the banning? What really brings the ban to the table? Because it's
my stance on it is...
Go ahead, Frojo. I'm sorry.
My stance is anything that makes you better than you are.
Yep.
Okay. And I can see that. I can see where that comes from. So, let's keep moving. Anybody else has anything to say about this? Please feel free. Now's a great time to chime in, guys. Bulldog, Chid, what's your thoughts here?
My thoughts are kids should definitely, if they're playing the game, play the game. Just keep them away from the chats, because that thing is just annoying as hell. Like, you see kids, they're like 8, asking for girlfriends and all that. Yeah. Like, what the hell, man?
Disable it.
Right.
Like, really, no parents are watching them? What's all this?
I think the point,
chat.
Like, I don't even want to know the chat exists. Like, just keep them away from settings. That's just my take on that.
You're not allowed to go into settings.
Nope.
All right, Bulldog, what was you going to say?
What's up, Bulldog?
What I was going to say is, based on the previous conversation, I get what Slicin was trying to. Hang on just a second. Well, I thought I heard someone calling me. Sorry. That it can't be black and it shouldn't be black and white. Let me put it that way. Every situation is going to be different. You're going to have the situations where Anthony's taking a very hardline approach, but I'll bet you we could find a situation that he would not agree with supporting the terms of service because he's not a monster, and the world isn't black and white. But for the most part, they exist for a reason. It's just like what I said before. You have to have these. The whole reason we have rules and we have laws is because you cannot treat every situation on a case-by-case basis. It's just illogical when you're talking about thousands and millions of people. So that's why we have laws in place, but we also have mechanisms to override that. For example, you could say murder is wrong, and anybody who murders somebody should go to jail for 50 years. Well, what about a woman who's been, systematically beaten by a spouse or a husband? A spouse that's been beating the other, and then one day they defend themselves. They've committed the crime, or even better, a conversation, the morality of luck. Two people do the exact same thing. They go out drinking, they get in the car, they drive home. They both pass out behind the wheel. One of them crashes into a ditch. The other one crashes into a family of 6 and kills them. They both did the exact same thing, but because of bad luck, one of them has now ended the lives of multiple people. It's the same situation here where, you're going to have situations that are, a violation of the terms of service, but should be overlooked, and you're going to have very egregious ones. And the point of this was to get rid of all the egregious ones. And now that all the egregious ones are gone, the smaller and medium ones can be examined on a case-by-case basis as needed. That's how I feel.
All right. And again, guys, welcome everybody that is new. Again, we are talking about the recent ban hammer that has came down from Kabam. That is the new. That's the point that we're talking about. All right, guys. We are talking about what we've got going on. The new ban hammer, what it meant, who's getting banned, why they're getting banned, and trying to take light of a couple situations and show: is it right? Is it wrong? Where's it going? And what is the repercussions moving forward? What do we need to look forward to? So. It's going to be interesting to see where everything goes. So, 1 second. Star was wanting to jump on the call, so let's grab him in. He's been a mod of ours for a long time, and he's been quiet.
If he goes off topic, I will drop him from the call.
We'll keep him in line. All right. So again, guys, we're going to be doing our best to answer the chat. Again, if you don't get answered, it's not because we're not paying attention. It's just a lot of conversation. And we're trying to keep up, so let's see what everybody has to say. And again, we'll be responding in live chat by chatting with you guys as well, so please watch the chat. All the mods with the wrench are in the phone call, I believe. So if you see a response with the wrench, that's one of my guys talking to you through the chat. And we are there to answer questions as much as we are here on the phone call. So, Star, did you make it in?
Yeah, I'm here.
Real quick, welcome Buzzard, welcome Jose, and everyone else. So, with that being said, Star, I know you said you were wanting to get in. You had an opinion. What are you seeing? What do you think? Give us some of your feedback.
I completely agree with Anthony that it shouldn't be black and white, and with Bulldog, but I really understand where you're coming from. Well, coming at what you know what I mean. Where you're coming from, Slice. It kind of is black and white in some instances. It's the terms of service, and I agree that you should not give your account away to get higher points in the arena. I think that's wrong. You know what I mean? It's going from one person to a completely other person, both in hopes of advancing farther in the game than usually able to. But at the same time, when you guys said, if you're off to work and your kid's doing it, I don't see that as bad, because the whole point of the game is to have fun. I mean, for them it's to make money, but for us to have fun. And that could be a cool, father and son son and mother. I mean, a family thing. Even though it's one account, helping. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I don't see that as bad. I still don't think it should be liked, but I think it should be kind of overlooked in a sense. Because that's like saying for some reason one person, I mean, it's completely luck based, but if one person has better luck, letting them spin your crystals and you get something better. That's not true, but it's the same concept. It's somebody else doing it to further your game.
Sure. Anybody got any feedback on that?
Sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention.
So Star's just saying there's instances where it's not really black or white, you know, and that maybe that's something that has to be looked at, that it shouldn't be just as simple as black or white, that maybe, a family playing on the same device or having a buddy that's extremely lucky, per se, spin your crystals shouldn't warrant a ban or things like that. Any thoughts, any kickbacks?
Because by that instance, I would be banned because I let my dad spin all my crystals because I always get crap. But, I let him start doing this in the past week. I know it's completely mumbo-jumbo, but he's pulled Miles Morales and Joe Fixit. I mean, both
Star.
characters. But still, it's completely
Star,
mumbo-jumbo.
Were you present when it happened?
One time I was, the other I gave it to him and I took my dog out to walk. But I was still within 10 feet of him.
Star, you're talking about like two different things. Like, what me and Anthony are talking about is like your kid staying at home for hours playing the game for you.
But I don't think it's that bad.
Point, your kid needs his own account.
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying it's right, but going to a moral thing, I'm not saying it's horrible.
I don't think Kabam's going to ban that anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it should be banned, but I don't think they should be getting pats on the back for it either.
But then again, how would they know? Do they have a age fingerprint?
Exactly. That's another thing. How are they going to know?
Yep.
And that's a big part of this, whether we want to say it. A lot of it's our morals. But a big part of this is how are they going to know? It's in everybody's mind right now. I know it is. It's in mine. I'm not.
How would they prove it?
Exactly.
Like at this time, his child was playing for him. You can see by the amount of deaths in Chapter 2, Act 1. Like, come on.
Well, have you guys, when you were younger, had a sibling or a friend come over and you're like, yo, I can't beat this. Try to beat it. And they somehow mysteriously beat it.
Now friends weren't allowed to come over.
That shouldn't be allowed at all.
But I've done it. I've had my when I was 8, I was really good at video games because my whole life I've been playing them. And my brother couldn't beat this part on, I think it was like Ninja Turtles or something, but I beat it for him. So
I'd reset the game.
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm
by
serious.
that fact, are you
That's
guys calling me a cheater because?
That's just how I am, straight up. Like, if I couldn't do something and my friend did it, I'd be like, screw that. I'd reset the game and then go all the way back to that point.
Well, and I don't disagree. And that's it. All comes down to the type of player that you. I always wanted to beat things on my own. Some people, though, they don't care. They just want to see I be beaten.
My brother.
So there's that differences. I'm the type of guy that I want to beat it myself.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, what is the point if you're not gonna do it and experience it and actually get to feel the really good sensation of beating LOL yourself or legitimately, like, what is the point?
Because
if you cheat?
Here's the deal. I can explain it really simply. If you're playing a game, now I wouldn't do this. I'm a person that I want to beat my stuff myself. But if my brother was playing a game and I beat a small part that helped him go farther and he beat more and it kept building him, helping each other, him and his friend play it together. Oh, look at my account. Oh, really? Look at mine. You get what I'm saying?
Here, let me go back to this here. Anthony, here's the only thing, and this is just a very wide scope. Everybody plays a game for a different reason. And I'm going to throw that out there very upfront. Everybody plays the game for a different reason. Some people coming into the game came in late. They don't want to grind it. They would rather buy an account and start wherever it was. Does that mean that the champion shouldn't be allowed? I don't know. According to terms of service, yes. But if the guy can play the account, what does it matter? He did it. He bought it. He put the time in to buy it. On the other side of the coin, you got people who they want to beat it for themselves. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they spend $1,000 buying revives. They'll do whatever they can just to do it and say that I did that. So at the end of the day, it comes down to who's playing it. The thing that I feel like that gets mistranslated amongst all of us is how I feel. Well, I did this, and I don't think somebody else should be allowed to do it any other way. That's fine. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with them, but you've got to be able to see that there's multiple things there. Because at the end of the day, if they just want to see a beat and they want to see it on their account, again, are they hurting anybody? If they're not causing you to stay away from the way you play the game, does that matter?
You know, they could be. If enough people just bought accounts and didn't spend money in game, and it got to the point where Kabam was losing enough money, and they go bankrupt, then there is no game for us to play.
Okay, we're so far away from that. That's the most crazy statement. Do you realize how many accounts, how many players are there? Do what?
I mean, it's like if Kabam loses money, it's a mobile video game. They are here to make money.
Absolutely.
If there's anything that is going to affect their bottom line, and let's say this becomes the cool thing to do, and enough people do it. If it gets to the point where Kabam isn't making enough money, there goes the game. That is why it is not allowed to buy accounts or take over someone's account or purchase an account, because you're taking money away from Kabam. And if you do that enough times and Kabam loses enough money, which is a bit of a stretch but could happen still,
okay,
then the game goes away.
Sure.
So that's why is why it is not allowed.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Who buys accounts?
Players.
Cheaters?
I don't think they're cheaters.
People that don't feel like grinding.
Exactly. And Jacob, if you don't mind me asking, because I think you may know where I'm going with this, what can those people do? If they can buy an account for $1,000, what do you think they can drop inside the game?
$1,000 a week.
No problem, right?
No problem at all. They got
deep pockets. Now let me go a little bit further with that. If you ask that guy to join the game and start from scratch and build an entire roster, will he do it?
No.
No, he never joins the community, never joins the game. The biggest spenders in the game have deep pockets. And, buddy, it doesn't matter how they got that account. It doesn't matter what they're doing. They're going to spend the dough. That's your deep pocket guys. And here, I can tell you, I played WoW. I bought 6 accounts. I had 6 different accounts for 6 different reasons. And I can tell you right now, they weren't cheap. And I bought gold upon gold. I took a group of players from bottom of the barrel to the top 200 in the game at one point in time. And it was not cheap. It was not easy. But that was my choice. I had the pockets. I had the willingness to do it. And I did it. I don't think that made us a cheater. Yeah.
The thing is, I think for the vast majority of us, it's not about the having, it's the getting. I've said that before. Like, I lament the day I have everything that I want, because I'll probably leave the game. You know, it's about the acquiring. And I think there's a lot of, you know, there's psychological studies that back that up. You know, it's like, I read this interesting psychological report about why Borderlands 2 was so successful, because it hits on all 3 of the major psychological points that keep players involved in the game, you know, and one of them is the acquisition of new goods, you know, and that's what this game is based on. So the thing is The only time I've ever bought anything in a game was I played EverQuest when it first came out, and then I quit. And then I wanted to get back into it at some point. And by then, a bunch of updates had happened. There was new places and things like that. And I really, my account had gotten deleted or, whatever, something. It was just wasn't available anymore. It had been like 2 years. So I went and I bought gold and got myself, like a higher baseline to start out from. I mean, still had to grind for the experience, but at least that wasn't like it was before. And, if somebody buys an account for $1,000, that is $1,000 that's not going into Kabam's account. That's going into the hands of whoever it was that sold the account. But if the person who built the account spent all that money getting it there, Kabam still got their same amount of money. However,
Yeah.
Anthony has a point. If a bunch of people were doing it, this is one of those situations where we're talking about if a couple of people are doing it, not the end of the world. It's not that big a deal. If somebody wants to start out at a higher level. But the problem is exactly if it was not a violation of terms of service, if it was the kind of thing that could be advertised openly and could be done out in the open repeatedly, you'd have more and more people that play like me who played until they get everything. Now I'm bored, so I'm going to sell it. And a player who might have come into the game, who might have spent that money, is instead buying my account. And, yeah, maybe they're going to use a little bit here and there, but they've already got everything. They've already got the vast majority of things. So it's not good. It's not good for the game. It's not good for Kabam's bottom line. And that's exactly why something like that needs to be a TOS violation.
But here's the problem with that. That's why the game grows. No account will stay at the top without spending.
Guys,
right.
I know a very
get in and spend, but the money that they would have spent getting to that point is not going to Kabam. It did with the initial person who played. But then again, so you have to factor into it, too, that this is part of any game, that acquisition and growth is going to, they're going to do their best to stay ahead of it. But you've got players, now that have done everything. 100% look at Jacob. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot left in the game for him. Will more stuff come down the line? Yeah, absolutely. But maybe he'll be bored by that time and leave. So it's in Kabam's best interest to get people in, especially people starting fresh, because I look at what I spent at the beginning of this game versus what I've spent recently, huge difference. So that's why something like that is in the terms of service. It's bad for the game overall.
So I have to say, y'all were just talking about people buying accounts and then taking over, and what I've in my experience of people that have done that, they suck.
Absolutely.
They end up reselling the account.
They didn't work their way there.
Game. They didn't learn it.
Totally.
And also, y'all were talking about people that have the money. When I made Core, I went and I got a whole bunch of people. This is 10 months into the game. And DWCB was one of them. He's probably the biggest, or in the top 10 amount of spenders in the game. He was 10 months behind, and he's now probably one of the biggest accounts in the game. He runs cores, or at least last I looked, he was, or now he's an officer, something like that. But I watched him grow his account. He grew his account from nothing to what it is now. He didn't just buy an account because he had the money. He actually grew it from nothing to something.
And again, I don't disagree. And I'm going to go back and read some of the chat here.
While you're doing that, I got to go walk the dogs.
Sure. Just to try and get caught up. Nick said people who buy accounts resell them. That's kind of what we're talking about. That Lim says players who want to start strong are the ones that are buying it. Mo says they can spend money easily. Again, talking about people that have the money to buy an account. They have the money to spend. Cosmic says the game goes down. I would be a bit devastated for losing everything on the game, but money is worse. Refugee says they can spend money in the game. Again, talking about that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're done?
Yeah, whenever I'm done. So, Refugee has a point here. He said, might as well let folks sell those accounts so they can stay active. Once that account goes down, it is down. So, we'd see there. Trying to get caught up. Cosmic Space Bub says, how do y'all think the big spenders would feel if the game, if the game went down for everyone. Wonder if they get a refund. Nope, that's toast. Your worst I was supposed to be enemy. I got it. Your worst enemy says, "Hey guys, welcome guys." And again, if you're new here, welcome. Again, we're in a pretty good debate here about the new ban and the terms of service, things of that nature. So, my name says, "Yep, Sliceman is right. There was a guy in an alliance I was in that bought a Russian account because it had better heroes than his. He wasn't banned even with the Kabam knowing because he kept spending." Mose says, "I do think the mod and actual hack accounts should be banned." Oh, I totally agree with that. That's not an argument here.
Yeah.
I think everybody agrees. The hacked accounts, the modded accounts are the ones that need to go. So, Nerdliest Crew says, "The only people buying are big spenders. The account has already made the money, so what's hurting? They're going to keep spending." So let's see here. Supersonic said, "In the highest alliances, I believe you are forced to spend money to be in that alliance. Complete crap. Not always, but most of them do have some sort of spending deal." Welcome Quell, he's saying, "What's up?" Sonic says, "Not worth it." So go ahead, Jacob.
I'd like to touch on that spending. I'm in top 15 alliance, and I haven't spent only to buy the fourth. Was the last time that I spent on this game.
Oh,
and my labyrinth was pretty much free. I know I violated terms, blah blah blah, but I got my labyrinth done for free.
Technically, you didn't violate terms. The people's accounts that you played for violated terms.
But what they did was go on my account and buy the units on my account. So technically, Kabam was still getting the money.
Oh yeah, okay. I know people that that temporarily got banned for doing that. I personally know that for a fact.
Sure.
That all they did was log into their account to buy units with their credit card, and then they logged off, and that account got temporarily banned for 72 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ace Fusion said, "The thing is also the longer the game goes on, the harder it is for someone to make it starting from scratch, which is why people buy accounts."
And that's exactly my whole topic is that I'm going to say soon.
Sure.
But just because you started late doesn't mean you're allowed to break the rules.
Okay, hold on. Anthony, you sound bad. What's going on?
I mean, that's just...
And what I'm about to say, I think will help with what Anthony's saying as well. Like, my topic that's been going in my head intertwines with everything you guys are saying.
Hold on one second. Jason's talking about buying and selling. He says, one game he played before, they allowed buying and selling officially. The game company is collaborating with a third party, so the seller can post their account info and price on the third party's site.
Exactly.
When the buyer buys the account, all game info will transfer to the buyer's email account, but the game company gets 10% of the price, so the sell won't get the full amount of the price. What's up, Mr. Slim? He said, "Sup, Slice 'em. Glad the arena scores are going to be lower now, eh, mate?" I definitely think it will be lower. I think it was going to be lower anyway. And a large chunk of that is going to be straight to the fact that we also have the Tier 4 going on this week. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree that it's going to be lower, but I think less rewards will be given out because there's going to be less accounts in the pool.
Well, let's see. What is today?
I do think it'll be lower, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree because we're a day and a half in. So
yeah, we're a day and a half. Everybody's already got 150K.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, folks?
Oh yeah, yeah. For this time, I'm talking about going.
Moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gwenpool round 2 is going to see the big hit. I think that's where you see the big one. So,
it's kind of like Nightcrawler round 2 back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sonic Deer says she's heading to bed. She's a little irritated with Kabam and what's been said and what's going on. It's not us. Her husband's going to keep watching. Talk with us tomorrow.
Right. Sonic, I honestly think...
Go ahead, Fojo.
Sonic, I honestly think you don't have nothing to worry about. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think that your kid... that's your choice to allow your kids to make those games. I think legally... Kabam has to say that, has to have that in their services to legally cover them. That is your choice. It's like letting your kids play Grand Theft Auto. That's your choice.
Or here,
technically
taking your kid to an R-rated movie.
or that. It's the same thing. It's just legally they have to cover for themselves in case, something happens, and legally they can say, well, we warned you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a legal warning than anything, and I think that's where kind of the banning it comes from. The terms of service are there. They're terms. They're not guidelines. They're not laws. They make it so that they have something to stand on. It's no different than whenever I'm driving 80 down the interstate in a 70. A guy pulls me over. The cop pulls me over and goes, "Hey, look, man, I need you to slow down. I'm going to give you a warning." Technically, I'm breaking the law. It's in black and white. But he has that judgment that, hey, this situation may not be a punishable offense. But they have to have the rules. They have to have the laws. There has to be something in writing. And that's the difference here is terms of service, terms of content, whatever you like to call it, that's all just there in writing. It doesn't mean that it's lights out, you're done. Some things are just there. It's there to protect them. And if you go through and read the whole thing, it later on states that the parents are the responsible parties, not Kabam. And that's all it's there. It's them giving themselves a legal loophole in the event something stupid is said or done in global, and you try to blame Kabam. That's all it is. So, I do want to read this before we make any more point. Jacob did send this over. This was posted from Kabam Mike. He said, "Sorry for the late reply. We've had a lot going on. Also keep in mind that no matter how hard we try, we'll never be able to get each and every thread in the forums. We ban for the use of modifications or apps that change the balance of the game. If you're not using something like that, something that modifies the game itself, you are most likely safe." So, there you go. With that being said, Star, what was it you was going to say?
Okay, so as it was said, the third party, Kabam could very easily keep their money flow going and the game never go under if they made a site where you have to pay for almost like a license or verification, which we all know would be extremely overpriced, but still there to put your account up for sale. And the buyer has to pay more than what the account should be worth slightly, that way Kabam gets their money too. It's still a win-win. Another way to look at it is Kabam could make almost like a starter kit account where you could buy, you put your name and everything, load it up with so many 3 stars or 4 stars, because I don't know if any of you guys have played Destiny. It's a console game.
Oh, yeah.
When I bought the game, I bought it year 2, so the first 3 DLC packs are already out. You could buy the normal game and then the packs as well, but you could also buy the ultimate version. And the ultimate was like $40 more, but it essentially gave you a starter kit gear, put you up to level 25 out of the 40. So it already puts you not quite to a competitive stance, but to where you weren't bad either. You get what I'm saying?
When's the last time you made an account?
On Destiny?
No, on a Marvel Contest of Champions.
I've only ever had my one account.
Okay. Well, when you start the game, you're given a special offer, and they give special offers to all the new players that only the new players get for a certain length of time.
But I mean like a level boost, a master boost.
I can be level 35 in a day and a half.
Well, not just that. Here's the thing. Inside this game, your level means absolutely nothing.
Well, to a degree, I mean, 30 mastery points from level 1 to 30.
And you can do that in a day.
Yeah, and again, mastery points are... But at the end of the day, the level is not near as important as your skill set and the champions that you have. That's what you're losing the most is the champions. And like Frojo was saying, as soon as you log in with a new account, there's some pretty interesting offers. Miggy says one of his guys from work got banned from his account. I felt suspicious that he had high-ranked guys super fast, but I can't judge based on that. Do you guys think he hacked? Thoughts, everyone. Well, without seeing the account, it's hard to say. But I can tell you this: if Kabam gave him the old boot job, odds are he was hacking. I mean, that's just kind of what we're gonna see.
Yeah, I'd say 98% chance he was hacking or modding or whatever.
I've seen two different ban messages. I've seen the ban message for breaking terms of service, and I've seen a ban message for using third-party software. And both say permanent ban.
The first one, breaking the terms of service, could be giving your account to another to move to up it, and then
it could be anything.
Who knows?
And then
it
the
could be paid services. Most likely, it's the paid services: paying to beat LOL, paying to beat Rumble Legends, paying to beat Road to the Labyrinth, all that stuff.
But I could almost
guarantee you that is.
I could almost guarantee you the third-party service is using an emulator, online generator, any of that.
Oh, that's what it was. So here I'm in a group with a bunch of guys from an alliance that are foreigners. They're from Europe, South America, such of that nature. And I this just goes to show you, I've never paid much attention to it, but apparently there's a mod, whatever it's called, BlueStack, or blue stacking. Have you ever heard of it?
An emulator.
Yes, I can actually answer all your questions for that right now.
There's nothing to answer. I did my research on it before I even came in here, but my point is, I never had a clue about it. But these are people that are using it to play the game on a computer, a desktop, or whatever else, and using an emulator so that they can play. And it supposedly gives a competitive advantage because of the controls.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true.
It is not true because I will straight up admit it. When I started the game, I did not have a phone or tablet, so I actually had Andy emulator BlueStacks. Your game is three times laggier, and I have an amazing computer. I have a 2K computer. It's the fact that it's on an emulator. It's so laggy, and they cannot tell if you're just playing normal BlueStacks. They cannot tell if you are on actual Android or a emulator. The reason they tell is there's an APK file where you can put in mods to modify games. So people are putting the mod straight from the internet, real easy, into the APK file and getting caught. They cannot tell the difference if you're playing the game normally. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Miggy says, yeah, I just heard about that BlueStacks crap
Did you just hang up?
today. I don't think so. Never knew this stuff was possible. Nerdliest Crew says the competitive advantage comes from not having to type and swipe your fingers. So, and Ozzy says, and now you get banned if you use it. So yeah, that's I think is what it's. Whenever it says a breach of term of service, I'm gonna say that's probably players using an emulator of some sort and playing on a device that's not allowed. Would be my guess.
I would bet anybody $500 if you are not cheating and you're on BlueStacks, you are not getting banned because it runs the same certificate as a Galaxy S5.
Haven't you lost enough money?
And that's how they check. They check by a certificate laid out by Android itself. Just like Apple, if you're trying to download a game that's not on the App Store anymore. The moment that certificate is unauthenticated, the app is no longer usable and you have to delete it. Right. BlueStacks is a continuous sponsorship with Android where they have an authentication. And so you have to be cheating. And I will stop cutting you off now.
You're fine. Real quick, Jason Perez says, does anyone know if Iceman was added to the Crystal today? He was. So, yeah, he's in. Jason and Sean say BlueStacks is an emulator used on the computer. Somebody saying he knew somebody that used to use it, but now they don't. Ola says it is trash to play on a PC. Let's see here. Jason said, I lost it. Jason said, my member's account, your account has been banned for a terms of service violation. permanent ban. So that's, again, we're suspecting that comes from the BlueStacks or something like that. Supersonic says MCOC is so slow on BlueStacks, like I could take a crap, come back and still see the loading screen. So let's see. Zerov said he's used it on his alt account. It takes some getting used to. So yeah. Let's see here. Mofox says, "What about the new controller for the iPhone? Is that a hack now?"
No, it's not, because that's also authenticated by Apple. He's talking about the Moga controllers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I actually have one, but it doesn't work for an updated phone.
My name
So-
says. My name says. By the way, why play with an emulator if it's slower? Doesn't make sense. For some people, I guess maybe that's the only way they can get in to the game. Maybe that's what they have. I don't know. We're gonna bring Frojo back here real quick. So again, guys, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I tell you what, we're gonna take a quick commercial break while we discuss a couple things here.
Cigarette break.
Grab a drink. Nick says BlueStacks loads faster than his iPhone 6.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Still, it's incredible.
You said mine, whoever read it. I don't know who read it.
Wait, who? What?
I posted another picture in line about someone on the forums. He blatantly admitted he used mods for 3 or 5 days, and he asked, "How do I get my account back?"
Hey, we're back live, guys. Mofox says, but it changed the gameplay. Awillow says, what controller is it? R31, as always, coming in. Hey, what's up, cheaters? Yeah, and Refugee says the controller is still against the rules for MCOC, even if it is an Apple product. Jose Lopez says, what is an emulator? Emulator allows you to play games on your computer that would normally only be allowed on a tablet or a phone or a mobile device. So, again, guys, I think what we're seeing here is a very pretty solid answer amongst the community. And we've got one more thing. Oh, nope. I'll read that in a second. But again, guys, I think what we're seeing is it's not about the account sharing just yet. It has been the mods and the hacks that have got the ban. So, Mo, as I like to call him, says it's Mofo. Come on, Slice him. You know this by now. You're right, but I like calling you Mo. R31 says he's going to start a new alliance, the Cheaters Club. Never fails. That Aussie.
I mean, Mo, Schmo, it rhymes.
So anybody got any questions, any thoughts? Again, just kind of give each other courtesy as we talk here. But I'm interested to hear what everybody has to say about this. I mean, is there something that you agree with, something you disagree with?
Oh, Refugee, you said it's not, even though it's an Apple product, it is against their terms. That's not exactly true. There's a loophole. If it is a Apple product and it is running without them putting a block, because you can easily put a block against controllers and such, because it'll say does not support controller. If they do not do that, they can't ban you because you're using a product that they have not put a block on.
See, so I'm not really bothered about most of these things. My only question is, why now? All these things, why now? Like, since
they've been around.
Like, not even that.
Big.
It's like the Legend runs. Even with the Legend runs, they've been doing this for a long time. Why are they so pissed off about it now? That they want to stop. And even the hacking, why now? So long after the first hunters have already beaten L1 and gotten Kang and Thanos and all that.
I think it has to do with people being so bold to put it out on a massive scale, saying, "Hey, if you want to, you can pay this much, and we'll beat it for you." The Infobot has like 25,000 something followers. You know what? I'll check right now. I'll see how many followers it has.
It's got a
But
ton.
clicking on it.
I'd say this. I think the other side of the coin here is let's just be very blunt about this. There has been a calling. There has been people with their pitchforks saying it's time. We're tired of seeing this. It's got to stop. And I think the modders and the hackers have gotten, bolder. They're doing more. They're doing. It's blatant. It's not hidden. It's not somebody that's hiding it. It's
64,000.
Yeah, it's people that are straight up. It is straight up in your face. It's obvious I'm cheating. So let's check out a couple. And of course, as we say that, here comes the because of Seaton's video. Refugee says, Anthony said because of Seaton's video is why this has come up.
So if Seaton didn't talk about it, you all would keep quiet?
And that's Refugee
it's,
said
it's weird. It's the same time as it was last year when we got all the bans. It's not. I think it's just coincidence. Seaton brought it up when he did, and
Sure.
it just happened to roll out a few days later. This is the same time last year when the bans happened.
Yeah. Well, and Refugee says Seaton's video got Kabam slammed with cheater tickets and they had to address it. Miggy with a quick question. What if I warned Kabam of a cheater and the cheater found out it was me and somehow the cheater decides to... and the chat moved up. Decides to report me because he's upset that I'm legit. Do I get investigated? Yeah, they can investigate you, but there's nothing to find, so it doesn't matter. Right? No worries.
Unless there's something to find.
Correct. Nick's got a technical one there that we can come back to because that's not my area of expertise. But he says iOS devices can't run APK files because they use IPA files. I believe modding is still possible on iOS, but it's much harder to mod than the others.
Can I save some people's lives with that real quick?
In a minute. Ozzy says Infobot promotes paid services. John says the game is meant to be played on a phone or tablet, period. Anybody that plays on anything else like a PC can manipulate it to whatever they want if they're smart enough. Well, that's where we come back to the whole botter versus mods, so on and so forth.
A while back, the NVIDIA Shield tablet came out, and it also has a controller. And I flat out asked Kabam on the forums, and several other people did too, and they never responded. Because I flat out said, is it okay to use the controller with the NVIDIA Shield tablet? It's an Android tablet, and they never responded to any of us that were asking.
All right. We got Miggy's questions, so he said, please read my questions. So we got that taken care of. Jason Perez says he's saved up 8 4-star crystals for a chance at Iceman. He said no luck. He did get Ghost Rider, duped his other 7. Black Panther, Miss Marvel, Superior Iron Man, Moon Knight, Karn, Quake, and Miles. Interesting.
Hey, I've opened 24 stars since Archangel dropped and nothing. I've gotten 1 new champ and a whole lot of crap. I feel you.
Yep. Let's see here. Italian. Oh, wait. My name says, why now? I think that's a reaction to Seaton's recent video.
No.
Last year, Kabam posted also a warning like this one. Italian Joe. Funny how it happened 2 days after Seaton's rant. Miggy, we got yours. Purple Buffalo said, if I knew people were paid to grind for them in the arena, I would have made a ton of money by now. LOL.
I knew guys that were paying $100 an arena.
Oh,
The features are basic. Are you still hiring?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if you look at it mathematically, that's a steal. Because they want 2,500 units, which is like $80 for a 4-star. And that's just for a random chance at someone. So you could pay $20 more and guarantee get the feature guy you're after. I mean, I can see why people would go for it.
I mean, some dude on Line-App asked me to join some group and be a merc is what they call them.
Yep.
And get paid, and it was for $10 an hour. And I said, one, I said, there ain't no way I'm grinding arena $10 an hour for anybody. And two, it's cheating. I wouldn't do it anyways just because it's cheating. I was like,
you couldn't get me for less than $25-$30 an hour. Now, grinding arena sucks.
And you're gonna have to provide the units.
And here's that. Look, I mean, if you go look, because I looked at a lot of them, because I wanted to see what it was, because it was interesting when you start seeing things like this pop up. MCOC was like $15 per 100,000. I think is the way it was.
Yeah, MCOC's the infobot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is super expensive.
There was
those are the big dogs.
Yeah,
there
was a Facebook group that did it, and each champion basically carried their own cost. They kind of figured out, okay, we're going to do it for this much, and that's what they would charge people. And they just you click the button if you wanted it, and if you was one of the first ones to click it, you got the champion. You know,
you locked it in at that price.
Yeah, it was locked in at that price, and some of them went up, some of them went down. I mean, I want to say Angela went for like 100. You know, Magic being a duplicate champ went for like $50 maybe or $40. So there was a big significance. New champions went higher, and that was the case amongst multiple Facebook groups. You know, I went and I looked at all these different guys, and it was just insane because you'd see different pricing strategies and different price guides, and it amazed me, you know, that this is what. But it was services. I mean, and look, it's a game. There's a service for the game. It happens. Doesn't make it right or wrong. That's up to each individual and how you feel about the game. But there's a service for a reason. There's no different than the first guy that created the fast food window. You know, before everybody else walked in the door. Now this guy's serving 10 times the amount of people. He found a service that everybody wanted. You know, it's a little bit different because we're piggybacking off another company. But Sean Smith says, I haven't even completed ROL, but I've completed Web Slinger. People think I'm hacking because I don't have a rank 5. You can beat that as long as you play patience. So, but yeah, I can see where people could say that. Jose says,
beat with rank 3. Ranked maxed out 3-star. Sorry.
Yeah. Jose says, how long have you been a YouTuber? Officially like 3 months, but been streaming for a little over a month. I think I'm about a month and a half in on streaming and actually staying on top of it. So, by the way, Miggy says, what's up, Bulldog? I missed you last time. How you been, man?
Good. Doing good. A couple of things. Dennis Haskin says, I like Arena. Also, this just in, I think Dennis Haskin was kicked in the head by a mule as a child.
I like Arena too, bro. I love it.
I have proof that you were kicked in the head by a mule, so I see the trend.
Arcanian 2 said, I got a 5-star Winter Soldier after completing the Web Slinger Challenge. Congratulations. That's a good champ. I've seen a lot of people put him to use as a 4-star. I don't like him so much. As a 5, I feel like he just hits so much harder, and his power drain's a little more successful. I don't know. He seems kind of that kabam math that we talk about all the time.
Kabath.
Yeah, it's interesting. So.
Yeah, I did Web Slinger yesterday and 100%ed Master today, and my reward was a 4-star Iron Patriot and a 4-star. Who was it? Oh, Netflix Daredevil. Thanks, Kabam.
Did you see what I got?
No.
I duplicated.
Oh yeah, I did. I saw you open that on stream, and luckily I wasn't on the air because I flipped you off and called you a series of horrible names. I mean, not that I need him. Like I've got mine 550 already. But the point being is that it's like I get garbage and you get Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah, well, dude, my last several 4-stars before that were garbage, though. Well, I did duplicate Wolverine in the last video before that, so I can't say total garbage.
My last 6: Netflix Daredevil, Loki, Karnak, Iron Patriot. What else? Oh, Ant-Man and
I got him too.
Phoenix.
Ooh, I like Phoenix for prestige.
Yeah, she's ranked 96, 99, but she's never going to see 550 because I need those cosmic catalysts to take Drax up to rank 4. So maybe in a year, and by then there'll already be better champs. So no, she was essentially worthless. Yeah.
All right.
The only upside is Iron Patriot and Netflix Daredevil were both new dupes. So I did dupe 2 new champs, even though they're crap. Oh, and I opened my 4-star Awakening gem, though, that I got. Finally got another Science.
Ooh,
So I'm
that's
going to
good.
awaken my... Man.
All right, and one more thing here is I'm just catching up with the chat. We had Miggy said he is glad Seat made the video, though. If it helped get the message out there any at all, he's happy about it. So High Speed said people are also paying for their donations in some of the higher alliances. I don't see how that can be stopped technically.
I read that, and I don't understand what he's saying there.
So in other words,
Conversion badge.
no. What he's saying is like, okay, let's say I don't want to put in my battle chips or my loyalty or whatever. I can pay Bulldog, who has 1,000,000 battle chips, $10 to put in my alliance worth of battle chips.
There's nothing wrong with that. That wouldn't even be a violation. Donations are purely an internal matter within an alliance. There's nothing in the terms of service about it. They're not required. They're there so that alliances can afford to pay for. If you got one guy in your alliance that's a multi-millionaire and wants to, cover the cost of map 6 5 days a week, that's totally allowed. There's zero.
Oh yeah.
What he's saying is, let's say, for example, Bulldog, you and I are in the same alliance. I don't want to take and put in my battle chips.
Yeah.
So I contact you and I say, hey, Bulldog, look, man, I ain't got my battle chips this week. I'm going to pay you $10. You throw in the battle chips for me.
Totally legal.
I'm paying you cash money to do
Doesn't
my
matter.
battle chips.
It's no different than if you said to me, hey, Bulldog, you're my buddy. I don't have battle chips. Will you cover me this week? Yeah, sure, no problem. There's absolutely zero on Kabam's end that has anything to do with that. It's purely an internal matter within an alliance. Because, again, donations are not required in any alliance. We choose to make donations necessary. There's nothing in that is completely 1,000,000% legal and violates nothing.
Real quick, I do got to read this. This is hilarious. Ace Fusion says, I like Arena 2. Never been kicked in my head by a mule, though. But I have been dropped on my head when I was little. LOL.
There you go. I stand by my theory. People that like Arena, head trauma.
R31 says he has hard evidence that Sliceum is cheating. I did pull 2 5-star Spidey crystals. Impossible, he says. You all saw it here live. So, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't donated battle chips or loyalty in 6 months, probably, because I'm still chasing. I could do loyalty now because I finally got MD level 5, but I'm still chasing that 4-star Punisher, and I'm still, I was trying to save up to get MD level 5. So I make deals with other members. One guy puts in my loyalty, one guy puts in my battle chips, and I put in 420,000 gold every week.
Oh,
which does get a little expensive, but.
Yeah,
is Jacob still on the call?
Probably. He likes to be quiet.
Yeah, what's up?
See, he's sneaky.
You said you're going for Vulture too?
I may, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be streaming it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, as long as nothing comes up at work about overtime. But otherwise, yeah, I'll be on 5-6 hours every day streaming Vulture.
Jacob, did you just say you're going to grind Arena for a
Yes, he did.
I've done it before. It's not non-existent.
I think Jacob really likes Vulture or something.
Yeah, he's mentioned it a few times.
What do you like? Hang on, I know this is off topic.
Oh,
Wait,
no, go on.
Jacob, what is it about Vulture? Because, I'm just getting him to get him. You must see something in him to be wanting him, because you normally don't do Arena, right?
Did I ever say I liked him, Anthony? I don't think I did.
No, but you said
I don't think
that
you
you're
said
going
that you
for
liked him, but
yeah.
yeah. So that makes me say that.
Basically for the 800 5-star shards. And I don't see him being ridiculously scored, so.
Okay.
perfectly good reason.
Yeah, hey Jason Zhu, I don't. That's not an opinion, man. That's a fact. I will stand by that. I will attest to it in court. I will sign a blood oath that I am 100,000,000% correct on that.
What?
What was that?
About donations having nothing to Kabam does. It has nothing to do with Kabam.
I agree with you. That's in-game, personal.
Totally.
Because that doesn't affect Kabam. They don't make money.
Nope.
Of donations. It doesn't. Yeah.
Now, if you were hacking the game to make Map 6 free, that'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But if you're paying, that's all they care about.
Yeah. Actually, technically, there is a pool in Featured Arena, but not.
Not for the good rewards.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because it's only the top 800.
Can I say something about this whole Seaton thing?
Of course.
So I've heard a few different theories. I've heard that Kabam did this because of Seaton's video, and which is just asininely ridiculous. And I have heard that Seaton knew it was coming because he works for Kabam, is in Kabam's pocket, and knew it was coming.
So stupid.
Both ways are just like, I mean, how do people like travel there? Like, how do they come up with like those words coming out of someone's mouth is like just
jet fuel can't melt steel beams, right? Is that the same people?
I just don't. I mean, like the dude is smart, right? He knows what he's doing. He knows how to run a channel. He knows he's not. This happened a year ago. He saw it coming. He knew it was going to come, and he put the video out. They're not related in any way.
Let me address
Honestly,
something from the chat.
I think it's happened every July and August.
Yeah.
I think it's happened every time. I think this is the third time. Because the more I think about it, I'm remembering a wave of bans before. Because I was trying to remember when I was saying about the guy getting banned about the logging in for and getting units put on the credit card. I was trying to remember when that was, and I think that was that first year, 2015 July August area time. I think every year around this time they've done it. Like Kabam is a pattern company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's July, time to start looking at the
pattern.
Yeah. Well, and they're not random.
If you wanted to figure out every offer that Kabam has done, if you sat there and you put them in order, you're going to start seeing a pattern. Oh, well, this is when this Awakening Gym offer is going to come back up around this time. It's going to be right here.
Yeah. I want to address High Speed said, makes a good point. The people selling donations are third party, not someone within the alliance. Once there's an opening in the alliance, they pay someone. That person joins, donates, and leaves the alliance. Now, that would be a violation of the terms of service because that is the purchasing of, wouldn't it not, the purchasing of goods from an outside source?
No.
No, I guess you're right. It wouldn't.
I didn't catch that. What? Can you say that again?
Okay, so somebody they pay somebody, a third party, who then joins the alliance, makes a huge donation, and then leaves the alliance. And actually, I don't think that would be a violation either.
No. Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't be. What he's saying is that it's someone from outside the alliance. Say it's me. Say I join your alliance. Say I have 200 million battle chips, and I join your alliance, and y'all paid me $100, and I dropped 50 million battle chips in y'all's alliance and left.
Yeah,
that's
still
what
legal.
He's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still legal again because it is a purely internal matter. Doesn't matter how you get it.
People do that. That goes on too. Like there's people that play the game. They leave their alliances. They retired. Their account's just sitting there. They got all this stuff on it, and so and so's like, "Hey, don't you have an account? Oh yeah, I do. Y'all need some gold?" And they'll join and donate millions of gold.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. Jacob Sigler asked me this. He says, Slice of Nuts, you have a 5-star Starkey, and you know how much you love Iceman. Should I use one of my featured crystals for Iceman, or should I keep saving for Starkey? If you're talking about the 5-star feature, I think the answer is a no-brainer. You have to go for Iceman now and start saving up for Spider-Man. You got to go for them both. I think they're both great champions to have. Spider-Man is a beast. I think I would probably rank him above Iceman now. He is amazing. Frojo has him now and can also talk about him. I have him duped, which makes him even nicer to have, or a
You
little
have him
bit
as a
better.
as a 5-star.
Yeah, and mine's a 5. His is a 4. I'm telling you, man, it is amazing the things that he can do. So with that being said, if you can only pick out of the two, I think I go Spider-Man. As much as that
That's
pains
my
me,
hope.
but I got to go
Is
Spider-Man.
with the Mutant Awakening gem, I'm hoping I'll have my 45,000 shards. I'll go for Iceman once, get him, use my Awakening gem, and then save those other 30,000 and go after Stark Tech Spidey. Like, that's the dream. Now, I know what's going to happen is the first one will be Ant-Man, and the second one will be Iron Patriot, and then I'll get the Iceman. I kind of feel like they won't screw me 3 times in a row, but that's the dream versus the probable reality.
I've been screwed twice, 3 times in a row. So
Oh, really?
don't doubt it.
Hey, what's
No,
up?
I'm not doubting it. It's just for me.
What's up, Matt JJ? Welcome to the stream. And again, we got 70 people here watching us. So, guys, listen, if you're new here, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Real quick, what we're doing is we're discussing the ban, and now we're kind of getting out of that, and we're just kind of chatting about the game. I'm playing the arena along with some other events along the way. So feel free to ask questions in the chat. Look, we love questions. We love people asking us our opinion. Or if you've got a question about the game, let us know because we'll be happy to help out.
Yeah, because you may not know this, but I love the sound of my own voice. So ask away.
Mickey has a question. He says,
We know this, all right.
Are greater glory catalysts worth it for class catalysts? I think the regular ones, the cheaper ones, are the way to go. It's 500 cost for half the amount of shards or fragments. However, it's here. Let's just go to the store. We'll
It's 1/3 the cost for half the shards. So essentially, the greater glory is 3 times more for 2 times the shards.
Correct.
Now, the upside of the glory crystal is if you have one specific category that you need, like let's say you need 10,000 cosmic. Going for the greater, if you get the cosmic, is going to take care of it. But generally, it's a better deal to just buy 2 or 3 of the regular glory crystals and just hope that you get the same one twice, if you're in that situation. I've experimented with both, and I definitely think it's better just buying, 1 or 2 of the 5. 2, no more than 2, because then the price goes way up. But I get 2 a week now of the 500.
What's up with your game, Sly?
What about it? Did it freeze on you guys?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sorry about that. Let me, it must have dropped the connection.
Hey, Grand Scheme. What's up, buddy?
There we go. That should be fixed.
Mofo says, yeah, we know, Bulldog, in regards to my loving the sound of my own voice. Which actually isn't true. I actually hate the sound of my voice.
Are you dumb?
Carlos Mendez, what specifically have you heard?
Anyone else here about... Oh, shoot, lost it.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's been big guys fan.
Yeah, Supersonic says, should I go for a regular 5-star now or go for the 5-star featured Gladiator Hulk crystal? First off, I don't think we've confirmed that Gladiator Hulk is coming.
I don't know that that's happening.
And number 2, I don't know that I'd go for a regular 5-star now. I think you save up and go for a feature. By the way, welcome, Steven. Again, guys, a lot of chat going on, so please, if we don't say hey right away, no, we are watching. We're trying to keep up with it, so... but yeah. Legendary Bro says, Slice 'em, do you like the new update? So far I do like the new update. They just really kind of made a lot of little changes, but I think they were all little changes that were great for the game. Working on fixing a couple things. I like Scarlet Witch's new animation for L1. It's a lot faster. It actually hits instead of guaranteed to be blocked almost now. So, yeah.
Somebody was saying earlier on my stream that Miles Morales dropped about 300 PI today.
True. Mine dropped about 420 something PI.
So I wonder what's up with that.
And I heard him say that on your stream, and I heard you say to restart the game because it might be a visual bug. But so I did. I shut it down. I restarted, and it stayed broken.
Huh.
Whoa, my name, really? Where is that? I want to see that. And R31, do you really like the movie Finding Nemo? Just out of curiosity? If so, I'll tell you a little story about it.
Yeah, my name. I would like to go check that out.
Yeah, I want to see that too. Give us the name.
Interesting.
Did y'all see that video that I posted in the Slice'em channel? In the Slice'em line chat? The little short 15
Yeah,
video?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't.
Basically, it's a guy in LOL. He starts to fight against Old Man Logan. They both just stand there. Old Man Logan falls dead.
What?
And he's like,
did that by accident. Sorry.
Oh, nice one, Anthony.
Sorry, my name. That was totally by accident. I did not mean to do that. I was trying to copy and paste the dude's name.
I knew you hated the guy, but come
Hey,
on, Anthony.
you banned him too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No,
Wow.
it was totally my bad. I was
Well,
literally
that guy's got
trying
some
to.
cojones.
I was literally trying to copy and paste his name, and I totally.
That's awesome.
Sorry, man. Really, really sorry.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
I've
Again,
done that before.
guys, I think, and here's the crazy thing. You know, my name is saying that there's a guy up here playing right now with a hacked account. You know, he's looking for viewers. Who cares?
Exactly.
He's
Doesn't
building a
care if he
YouTube
gets
channel.
banned.
He doesn't care about his Marvel account. He's going to go make another one.
Just like
Yep.
Godless Gamer. That guy is straight up mods.
Yeah, a lot of those guys, they just make an account, they do the mods, they're trying to get views, screwing around, try to screw with other people, and then they get banned. Big deal. They make another one, they mod it. You know, it's unfortunate. Those people, you know, they're annoying, but they're not taking away from our enjoyment of the game.
Yeah,
They're hurting the new players.
they are.
Because they're beating them out in the arena. So
That is true.
They're not getting to grow like they should. So therefore, they get frustrated. They quit the game before they get all the way to us. Because once they get to us, they're screwed, guys. They're screwed for months.
They don't quit the game.
Until they can slowly build up their accounts towards stronger.
Yep.
But there's a time frame in there. They can win if you have a new account and you know what you're doing. You can win every new 4-star for those like 4 months that you're a brand new account.
Projo, they don't quit the game. They just stay on global and chat all day. That's what they do.
Who does?
He said they just stay in global chat all day.
Did
Who does?
The guys that don't make it.
my name? I blocked you
Oh.
and then unblocked you, and I did not mean to block you or ban you, and I'm really sorry for that.
Yeah. Real quick, what's
he didn't
up,
even
Trey?
realize it happened.
Yeah, I know.
What's up, Trey? Good seeing you in here, buddy. Jose says, is MCOC going to even last after the Marvel movies are done? Well, the good news is I don't see the Marvel movies ending anytime soon. These things are racking in dough, so, yeah.
Yeah. What it sounds like they're going to do is they're going to do like the all-new Avengers once this gets done, and they're going to have a younger cast, like Spider-Man will still be there, and so forth, and it's going to be the characters like the newer characters coming up, like Riri Williams, Kamala Khan,
God forbid.
Nova, whatever the newer Nova kid's called. Forgot what his name.
Yeah. So
It's gonna be those. It's gonna be like the kids, and then there's gonna be a few of the old adults. They're gonna be there, but they're not gonna be like the main stars. But they'll be there, kind of like how Stark was in Homecoming. You know, just enough. But
Sam
he didn't
Alexander.
really do much.
By the way, I want to say welcome to Mac. Thanks for coming in and checking us out. Again, if anybody else is new here, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're on a push, guys. I made the challenge last night at midnight, if pretty well. The goal is 1,000 subscribers, and so we were at 555 when we laid the challenge down. So the challenge is on. How quick can we get to 1,000? Because that's what I want to know. And it takes all of us. And guys, let's be clear. You guys have helped make us what we are so far. People have been joining. They've been watching. And it's been great. So I greatly appreciate it. And now that next level is let's push for that 1,000 viewer. Do me a favor, if everybody just brings 1 or 2 people in, we're gonna hit it. So do us a favor, find a couple people, bring them in, let them watch it. If they like it, tell them to hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. Max says, any chances of Raven, a.k.a. Mystique, from X-Men to join the Marvel Champs?
Nope.
2 things. 1, Sonic says keep swimming, and 2, Frojo, his name is Sam Alexander.
Sam Alexander, yes, thank
Yep.
you. Actually, to touch on the Mystique thing, they've actually commented on it, saying that it'd be too complex, being able for her character to be in the game to morph into any character and stuff, I think straight up, like that's just bullcrap. It
is bullcrap.
Making stuff up because they don't have to make her change into anyone. They could just keep her in her blue form, and they could even like pick only a certain character that she
copy. Yeah,
because everybody wants her to change into any champion that's in the game. Yeah, that's going to be too hard. You got 100-something champions plus every champion they're going to release after that. They need to pick, if they're going to do her, they need to pick maybe one of each class for her to change into, depending on say you're facing a cosmic, she'll transform for her special 3. She'll change into a particular mystic champion to have a class advantage, and it rolls over after the special 3. So for so long after she does her special 3, she has that class advantage for so long. Not for too long, but 10 seconds or something.
Why not, here, just out of curiosity, I mean, why not just let her stay in her blue form, or like you said, shift into one of whatever. I'd be fine with giving her a shifting class. Stay blue.
Yeah.
She's got her guns. She'd play like Black Widow, but having the guns and stuff, because that's what she kind of is. And then let her roll and let her always have a class advantage. Like that's her, but maybe her cost to level up would rotate differently. Like the first time she's 2 of these, and so that it's never the same. So you don't know what it's going to take to level her. Like that's the pain with her. There's got to be a give and a take, and maybe that's the give. Is I don't know what I'm going to need to level her up until it comes time, or it changes every so often.
Yeah, they could just do like a pixelated, color change, like on her head, like so it looks slightly like Cyclops colors, and she shoots the beam, or she stretches her hand out like Kamala Khan, and you just shift the colors a little bit so it looks like those. I mean, it could be that story is malarkey. It is hogwash. And real quick, I'm gonna have to go here again just for a second. So if you don't hear me, that's why. But I was gonna say to Haitian refugee, exactly. If I ever see Riri Williams or Kamala Khan show up in an MCU movie, they have lost me as a customer for life. Period.
Why though? Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I will not do anything to support the modern day Marvel garbage. Now, I am sick of the agenda pushing and just the crap and the horrible writing and the terrible art. I mean, have you seen Squirrel Girl recently? It is a nightmare. I will not do anything to support that.
I've never been a fan of Squirrel Girl.
I loved Squirrel Girl. When she first came on the scene, I loved her in the Great Lakes Avengers. That was probably 2 of my favorite sub-characters, and they've ruined them all. Although I am looking forward to the new Warriors TV show. I don't know if anybody's seen, they cast Squirrel Girl, they cast Mr. Immortal, they cast Speedball. Speedball, again, was one of my favorite characters because he was actually the result of a competition, and it was like you could write in and design your own character, and the winning guy came up with Speedball. And I loved Speedball. I loved how he was the impetus of Civil War and how he converted to pen. I love all that. I support Marvel in the 90s and 2000s a lot, but I do not support Marvel Comics for the last 5 years. Period. Anyway, end of rant.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Real quick, let's see. Bulldog, you say you got to go put the Bulldogs to bed. Is that correct?
My wife will be pulling in any second, so I got to mute the mic, but I'll be back when I'm done.
All right. Guys, when we come back, we're going to discuss some champions that we'd like to see, and again, kind of finish up here. We are kind of coming close to that closing time, so with that being said, again, we're going to hit one last commercial, finish this up, and hear everybody's final opinions.
Someone in BG's chat just asked if Seaton got banned because he's been quiet about all this.
No,
So-
he's getting a lot of hate over it, honestly. So he's probably just like he doesn't understand, you know.
He's
Like
hunkered
people
down.
are calling him a rat and all kinds of stuff. Like I don't know.
It's ridiculous. He did the right thing.
Yeah, I agree. I did see
And
somebody
welcome
call.
back. We are live again, guys. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. Didn't know we weren't.
I never had a commercial break.
that's-
Yeah, I saw somebody the other day in another stream be like, screw Seaton, he got my friend's account banned. And the guy showed a picture, I think he posted a link, or maybe it was on Reddit, and I looked at it and I go, well, yeah, your friend deserved to be banned. That's horse crap. But I didn't say that out loud. But yeah, I mean, there was already, even before the ban hammer from Kabam started dropping, there were people sending hate his way for getting them
People
or their
just
friends
want
banned.
someone to blame.
Of
And
course.
You're exactly right. That's what it all runs down to. It's easy to blame someone else when you do something wrong. Nobody wants to own up and say, hey, man, yeah, I did things I shouldn't do and now I'm paying for it. Nobody wants to do that.
I got caught.
That's the problem with things as a whole. So, with that being said, we were talking about Mystique. Do you feel there's anybody else out there that they haven't brought to the game that they should, and that they're just
Taskmaster.
making up
Oh, I love
excuses
Taskmaster.
on why they're not in the game?
Omega Red.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I
he's
think because
rumored.
he hasn't been in the limelight for about 20 years, so
Okay.
people
Nick
probably
Fury.
know who he is.
Well, no,
He's
no,
awesome. He'd be an
I
awesome
think
character,
it,
too.
I think
One person.
it's because of his tentacle technology. They said recently that they just now were able to do those, and because when they were talking about Angela, people wanted those to be weapons because they're actually weapons. Those things that are like flying around with her, that are
Yeah.
hanging off of her. Those, Bulldog, I'm sure knows. Those are actually weapons. That's not just there to be to
Not just
look at.
decorative.
Those are
Yeah.
yeah, those are actually weapons, and they said for her they were they didn't want to give them any other function other than decorative for her. But we have Doc Ock coming out, and he's going to be one of the first character with multiple limbs that we're going to get to see. So he's more well known, and like Bulldog just said. Omega Red is, he hasn't been. Most people don't. A lot of people, like a younger, like Star. Do you know who Omega Red is?
No clue.
Oh,
Okay.
No
a
surprise.
It's a travesty.
I think I might, like,
Call
if I
yourself
saw
a
the
punk fan.
character, but the name doesn't ring
Just
a bell.
watch Wolverine and the X-Men. You know who he is.
yeah.
He's red and white. He has like tentacles coming out of his arms, like Constrictor. Actually, his weaponry looks a lot like Constrictor.
He's the only one with a ponytail and tentacles arms. You can't miss
I'd
He
him.
was
love to
awesome,
see
though.
this. I'd love to see the Serpent Society
Oh,
in
I've
this game.
seen Omega Red.
See?
And I just looked up the name in Google Images. Yeah, I've seen him in some of the older. I think I have an X-Men comic that actually has him in it.
And I think
Yeah, he was in the 90s.
I think Kabam missed a huge opportunity to bring in Red Skull during the Civil War again.
I mean, they still can if... I think they're trying to go more with movies than anything now. So if he so happens to like get referenced or something in the movie or a popular TV show, they may bring him. Just
Red
like-
Skull's not gone. He's coming
No.
back to the MCU.
Red Skull can't go. He's like
not
Zemo.
dead.
They can't go anywhere.
He didn't die.
Nope.
He didn't die, actually.
They never die. It's friggin'
No, like
fiction.
when we saw him touch the Tesseract,
Uh-huh.
he was. The Tesseract is a teleportation thing.
Yeah, he was transported to...
Yeah, he's somewhere else, and everybody else just thinks he's dead. He's not dead. He's going to be back.
Mhm.
I want to see Nick Fury.
Oh, he's coming
Which
back
one?
too.
Hasselhoff or Samuel Jackson?
Samuel Jackson in the game as a skill champ.
Oh, you never saw Hasselhoff as Nick Fury, did you?
Which Which one was that? I've seen like 3.
The white version.
There's 2 white versions.
We need to break that down, Frojo.
They would
There's-
pass
Ro-
off.
There's
Real
There's
quick.
two.
Let's see here. In the chat, we had a couple things. Chid, like while receiving an attack, the defense shield appears slower and moving back is also slower. Going back to Mordo, I think here, there was a question by Mac, who's new in the chat. Says Mordo has a major disadvantage of a pulling back defense, saying that whenever he's blocking and moving backwards, he seems to be slower than other champions. I've never noticed it. I don't think so, Mac. It seems to be normal to me. And then High Speed says, so what if there was a Marvel website that offered MCOC players rewards for completing Marvel stuff, and then those rewards happen to be items that help someone advance in the game?
Marvel Insider.
Correct.
It's like they dropped Marvel Insider, actually. Because there's no... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Chad.
I was going to say that they're not giving any points for Heroic or Master. They don't have activities for it anymore.
I touched on this before. They don't do it every time. I know Rich is really good in reporting this stuff. They haven't done it every month. They haven't done it for every quest. There's times where they don't do it for a month or so, and then they bring it back.
Oh, because maybe it's because the ones that I know I checked for, they were there. Maybe that's why.
All right. And Mickey said, "Thank you, sir. I'm loving it, bro." At Chid. So
honestly, I think they do it more for the comic stories, and then the movie ones they don't do anything for because the movie's such a big event on its own.
Probably
because, yeah, I think that's the ones when they're doing the Marvel Insider stuff is for like the more of the comic storylines that they're trying to do.
I missed it. There was a couple other names. Fantastic Four, which is going to be an issue now, it seems like. Sandman. Sandman's been rumored to be ready to go. They're just trying to get his animation down. Mega Sonic from the Deadpool movie.
Mega Sonic Teenage Warhead.
Heck no.
I wouldn't be a fan of that.
Of what?
No.
And then Pyro and Mystique. So tons of people, I mean, there's a lot of champions I think we all want to see. I think the good news...
no one said Sabretooth?
That was mentioned last time we did this.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. I think there's a lot of champions, and what is interesting is that because of what... I mean, look, we're naming champions off left and right. Marvel's got MCOC has a long way to go before they're out of material. I mean, there's tons and tons of opportunities here, so it just goes to show you.
I named 100 more characters on the new forums when they first launched it. Kabam posted, "What new characters would you like to see in the game?" And I posted 100 new characters that I would like to see after all that thing. So yeah, there's a ton of characters. There's so many, and that's not. But those 100 characters were just the first 100 I thought of, like that just came to my mind like instantly.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Jacob, I just saw the picture.
A-Bomb.
Yeah, A-Bomb is actually one of them. The blue Rick Jones.
Yeah. I would love to see A-Bomb as a champ.
He was on my list that I included, along with Scar, Hulk's son.
Yeah, I said Scar the other night too.
Oh, come on.
Sentry. I mean, there's tons of them. So.
Oh yeah, Sentry would be nice. Good point, Steven.
OP.
Sentry will be too overpowered, man. Way too overpowered.
Hyperion would get flicked by Sentry and turned into
it's true. It's true. But I mean, they do look almost the same, except hair color. And well, he's got long hair actually.
Yes,
not the new suit.
Not in the new suit. He's got short hair.
No, the Sentry's new costume. It doesn't look like Hyperion's anymore.
Oh, okay.
You think Knuckles should be aggressive?
Max says, do you think Nightcrawler should be in a Mystique category? He's quite deadly, however, a new character has some of the similarity to the Hood, although not quick. I don't really understand your question.
I think he means Mystic.
No, he has nothing about him is mystical.
No, he's straight up
it's all his mutation from the X gene that all mutants are born with.
Yeah.
I want to see his father. I forget his father's name, but I want to see his father.
Azazel.
Yeah.
Azazel.
Yeah. But I'm about to go star on you guys for a quick second. Did you know that the reason Cyclops can't control his beams is because
they're from... Yep.
No, he suffered a concussion when he got his powers, and that's why.
Really?
That's why. Yep. That's why he has to have the.
Yeah, because he can't control
the head beam set, whatever you want to call it.
Yep, and he sees yellow through those, not red, which is surprising.
I knew that part, but not the first part.
Like I said, I'm about to go star on you guys.
Miggy says, didn't Sentry beat up the Hulk?
No, they tied. He's talking about World War Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, he whipped everyone.
Everybody died to him, actually, except for Strange and Sentry. But, you know.
Yeah. Jacob Sigler says he'd like to see Namor. Or Namor, or whatever. And Toy Soldier says... Toy Soldier says, awesome stream, man. Well, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Anybody new here, we greatly appreciate it. And again, we're pushing for 1,000 at this point. That's where we're going. We want to see how quickly we can get there. We started last night about this time with 555. So the race is on.
Ooh, I know a good champ. The Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I'm not a huge fan, but I just want to see people get run over by his car.
Yeah, they have Robbie Reyes in Future Fight, and it seems to me that there's the crossover between the two games is only in like mainline A-list champs. Doctor Strange, Iron Man, champs, Spider-Man, champs like that. It almost seems like they're doing this thing where, okay, well, we'll take Silk. Okay, well, we'll take, Kamala Khan. Okay, well, we'll get Guillotine. We'll take Loki, kind of a thing.
They do their releases totally different between the two games. They do, like, in Future Fight, they do, like, a set of characters, like 5. In Contest of Champions, we get 1 every 2 weeks.
It's a different type of game.
Yeah.
Well, and here's something that Steven said, and I think he makes a perfect point. I wish Kabam would refresh some more current champs, too, before adding more, like they did with Hulk and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Make some of those crap hole, like flyover state champs actually usable.
Magneto.
Luke Cage.
Magneto, Luke Cage, Iron Patriot, etc.
According to the people, if Seaton does a video, they'll definitely do it.
Oh, right, because Seaton's the hidden command, the secret CEO.
All right, Dennis Haskins Jr. says, how come Juggernaut and Unstoppable Colossus are Mystic instead of Mutant? Well, Juggernaut gets all of his powers from a mystic being. It came from a gem. Long story, but
a ruby.
Correct.
And it's the ruby of Sidorak. And
Correct.
The thing is Colossus is a mutant. The Colossus character is a mutant. When he's Unstoppable Colossus, he's mystic because he's getting his power from the mystic gem of Sidorak, the same gem that was powering Juggernaut. That's
Correct.
why.
And that's why when you dupe him, you get mutant and mystic ISO.
That is correct. Yes. Out of an Alliance Crystal. Speaking of which, I opened 5 of those today. It was weird on my alt account. Not a single Juggernaut, not a single Unstoppable Colossus. It was all boosts or ISO. It was really weird. A Willow says, but you love Luke Cage. He's a star.
No, I think that says, but you love Luke Cage as he is Star. Talking about Star's current love.
No, I do not.
You love him.
Apocalypse, Sabretooth, and Quicksilver, according to Sonic Deer. Apocalypse would be a fantastic, like, Thanos, Kang level boss that maybe certain people get access to. Problem is, 20th Century Fox, he's part of that whole X-Men mutant thing. So,
there's Fox thing in video
Yeah.
games.
No.
Marvel has no. Fox has
There isn't?
no say so.
No.
Oh,
Kabam
okay.
is third
Well,
party.
here. Think about this.
Okay, so yeah, Apocalypse would be great, except that they're going another direction with
He's
the
already
whole
coming.
Celestials.
Whoa, whoa,
Really?
whoa, time out. Anthony says he's coming. Do
Where
tell.
is that?
They show his belt
Thank you, Frodo.
Where?
Dave?
in
Wait.
the Nebula video. We talked
And
about
every,
it like
not only
almost
just
every
Nebula
stream.
video, not only a Nebula video, but every time they do a champion showcase since Nebula, the 4 cabinets all have something in it. One is Gladiator Hulk's helmet, one is Blade's swords, one is Phillips's belt, and the other was Yondu's headpiece thing.
Now, what is the Nebula video? How would I find
the Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube page.
Yeah.
The reveal, character reveal.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would Blade be Mystic or Skill?
Skill.
We think
Could go
skill.
either way.
I think
He
it
could
Let's
go
go.
could go either way, yeah.
What if he's
I mean,
one,
he
like,
is
one
definitely
mystic
skill.
because he's a
Both.
daywalker.
Yeah, that's
But-
science.
What, being a vampire is science?
Oh, being a daywalker.
No, he was born that way or
Yeah.
converted. That was through mystical
Well,
means.
no,
not through science.
that could
He
be
takes a
science
serum to
because it was
stop
a
that.
human mother.
It takes a serum to stop it, but the condition itself is mystic in origin.
Think y'all are overthinking it. This is Kabam.
That's how Yondu became tech, because Kabam were overthinking it. So we can't be too far.
Frocho, is it on your page, that video? The one that you have, Meet Yondu and Nebula Update 13.0?
I'll screenshot the picture and I'll put it in our room.
Okay,
and then I'll
thank you.
tweet it out for everybody else that wants
Great.
to look at it.
Yeah, because I want to see that.
And I'll tag Slice Some Gaming in it.
Sweet.
Give me a minute.
Tag me too, would you? So it shows up in my notifications.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Refugee says Fox was allowed to make mutant TV shows, even though they didn't have the rights. They only had mutant movie rights. Marvel has
Say
struck
that
a
again?
new deal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what he said. Fox was allowed to make mutant TV shows, even though they didn't have the rights. They only had mutant movie rights. Marvel has struck a new deal with Fox. I think it has to do with the Fantastic Four.
Smiggy, who is which Spectre are you talking about? Because Mark Spectre is Moon Knight. Then Spectre with an R-E is a character from DC, but I don't know of a Spectre from Marvel unless it's a newer character. Anyone know who that is?
No clue.
Yeah, if you could give me some clarification, that would be appreciated.
Is it Miggy being Miggy? I think we're all asking.
Maybe. When you guys do your prestige, what calculator do you generally use?
Monomat.
The Matt one.
Mutamath. Somebody sent me a link on a new one. I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, that's MCH.
That new one is based off of Mutamat's data.
Yeah,
Is that the mbch.guide? Oh,
Yeah.
good, because I trust Muta. And by the way, yeah, because Sly keeps calling him Mutamat. No, what do you keep saying?
Mutamat.
Yeah, Mutamat. It's
Yeah.
Muta, like
No.
mutant,
I like
isn't
Muta.
it? Like Bermuda.
I mean, he just said Namor. Like, come on.
Namor,
Yes. he
like
just
Namor,
said
the
that.
Prince of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yes,
Instead of
he
Namor,
just said
he
that.
said more.
Name
I think
more.
he's putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Exactly.
Hey, look, I'm from the
who-
sticks. What was you saying, Star?
Oh, who's a big Fantastic Four fan here?
I mean, they're Marvel's original family. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then one of you should be able to tell me who's the villain that kind of looks like a goblin that can duplicate all their powers.
Super Scroll.
I
yeah.
want to see Super Skrull as a champ. He'd be overpowered.
Yeah, we
That's
actually-
one that I've said too.
I discussed that actually earlier on a different stream too. About how cool that would be. With a multi, and that going back to what we were talking about, Mystique. A good possibility for Mystique. I would love to see a champ, that has a duplicating ability that can, utilize powers from other champions. I think that would be fun. Super Scroll's a good choice. There's actually a bunch of Super Scrolls now, but there was one original one from the comics, and then during the whole Secret War thing, there was a bunch of them that had there was one that was like 4 different mutant powers, and one that was like 4 different Avenger powers and stuff. So Ace Fusion uses the Google Sheets one. Yeah, Mutamats is on a Google page thingy. Is it the Nebulous special move video? Which one? I don't think it's the special move one. He said it was the reveal. I found several. Franklin Richards, yeah. Well, we have actually, technically, we already have Franklin Richards in the game, Carlos Mendez, because Franklin Richards is Kang. So, there you go. You got your wish.
Say what?
Well, Carlos Mendez says, I'd love to see Franklin Richards. We have Franklin Richards in the game already because Franklin Richards is Kang. Kang is Franklin Richards all grown up from the future. You didn't know that?
No.
I don't think he means that version.
Kang was like thousands of years in the future.
He is, and he's Franklin Richards. I don't know off the top of my head. I can't give you the whole story of how that is, but Kang is Franklin Richards.
I do remember this one because he's in. I don't remember which comic story and video I watched. Franklin Richards has the power of a ego. What are they called?
Celestial.
A celestial, yes, and he acquires the power to alter time and space, so he can go into the future.
He's a form of psychokinetic that he has multiple psychic type powers. He's demonstrated telekinesis.
Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah, Nathaniel. Oh wait, no, he's Nathaniel Richards.
Yes,
Reed's dad. I thought he was Franklin, his son.
Franklin Richards, as far as I know, is still a son. Is still a kid.
Well, he's a kid generally.
Than Kang.
Earth 616, modern time period, Franklin Richards is a kid. He's hung out with Power Pack and had his own stuff. But I could have sworn that Kang was Franklin Richards all grown up from the future. But you're saying it's Reed's dad, Nathaniel?
Yep. It says right here.
Yeah, because...
No, I apologize. I had that backwards.
Because Franklin...
Yeah, you're right, Nathaniel Richards. Okay, my bad.
Because Franklin, he's old enough, he's a fucking... Excuse me. He's a freaking monster.
Yeah, he can do all that stuff. He shaped the universe, all that. He's bad.
He's at one point been called the most powerful. I think maybe Franklin grew up to be Onslaught, is what it is. I think he was a combination. Onslaught was a combination of Franklin Richards, Magneto, and Professor X or something. Or no, let me think here. Onslaught kidnapped Franklin Richards. Something. But I swear to God, he grows up to be somebody on a different timeline.
Oops.
At one point, Franklin Richards gets strong enough to one-hit Kang, though, if that helps.
Yeah, like I said, he's been talked about as the most powerful, non-celestial being in the Marvel Universe several times. And whether or not that, these things change constantly. For a long time there, the strongest character in the Marvel Universe was Gladiator, Captain of the Shi'ar Guard. But now I've heard, stories that's no longer the case. But during the time period that I was big into it, so Franklin has reality and molecular manipulation, telepathy, telekinesis, concussive energy blasts, precognition, and astral projection. So he's basically a multi-tool type hero. If you got a problem, he's got what you need.
Yeah.
I posted that picture on Twitter and in our line room.
Beta Ray! Oh, yeah! I'm sorry, guys, but Beta Ray...
Oh, that's what it was. I said Yondu Singh, but it's Beta Ray's hammer. That's right.
Stormbreaker is my favorite. It makes Molinor look like a baby. Let's go.
That's so funny. Who last night was complaining about Stormbreaker, and it was in the ultimate?
I like Stormbreaker.
It was Star, yeah.
Yeah, I love Stormbreaker
Oh.
with Beta Ray Bill. That's his.
Right.
Amp.
Okay. You mean old horse face, as I like to call him.
Yes.
Yeah, Veritas points out that when Franklin Richards grew up, he made Galactus his herald. Yeah, I remember reading something about that storyline.
Yeah, he went to all the different multiverses and like took they had to like sacrifice themselves and they became one. He went to each one and they all became one, and then he was so powerful that he made Galactus his herald.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, like I said, I got out at a certain point, so anything that happened after the point I stopped reading is, I don't know.
Bulldog, you know who Cosmic Spidey is? Cosmic Spidey.
The Cosmic Spidey?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he had the Captain Universe powers.
Mm-hmm. I love that Spidey.
I love
that.
that. I love that costume where he's got the thing over his mouth. I remember one of my favorite things in the early 90s, 91 and 92, they put out a series of Marvel Universe trading cards. And I was so hooked on these things. I would ride my bike 5 miles to the only store in our area that had it, like my BMX bike. I think I was like, I don't know,
real
16
quick here.
or so.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Jacob Sigler asks, Prestige is calculated off the first 5 champs only, correct? Yes, that is correct.
Without masteries. Yeah.
Without masteries, without anything added to them.
That's why you just use the calculator. The Prestige calculator will help you out.
Absolutely.
Because it'll give you the numbers without taking your, without. The other way is you can turn off all your masteries and then find your top 5 highest and add those together and average them. But I don't like or trust that method.
Max says, I was really disappointed with the 4-star Carnage. I find it really weak. Well, that's because it really is weak, and you're not the only one that has been disappointed with that pool. So don't feel alone with your disappointment. You're with many others that sat at night crying because they pulled Carnage or put a lot of points into him in the arena and then found out that he's an absolute terrible champion overall. So
yeah, I was
worry.
so bummed getting him from the Marvelous. Like, I was happy for another champ, but that's what kind of bums me out. It's like every time I go for one of the good, like I went for Yondu, I got a 4-star Nebula. It's like, at least I got a 4-star. The other day I opened one of the going after the Stark Tech Spidey or Punisher 2099, got a 4-star Angela. So it's like, yeah, I got a 4-star, and it was out of 1, but it was the one that I'm never going to use. So I keep getting 4-stars now, but I'm just not getting the good ones. Yeah, I am a walking encyclopedia. Sonic Deer says, hold on, Typhoid Mary, Jubilee, Deathlock, and Wonder Man. So Wonder Man, Simon Williams, who is the Vision's brother in a sense. Deathlock is actually a possibility as he's doing work with, I think he's going to show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if he hasn't already. Jubilee, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I thought so. Typhoid Mary is another one of those 90s ones that didn't really have anything going for her, and I doubt anybody outside of nerds remember who she is. The Jubilee one, though, I think is funny. I talked about it last night, the X-Men skit with Pete Holmes as Professor X firing her. If you haven't watched it, you got to go watch just the Jubilee one. It's great. Yeah, Jacob saying Mutamax does all of that for you. And then, yes, I am a talking encyclopedia. All right, Star, what were you going to say? I just want to make sure we were up to date on the chat.
If you check line, you can see my lock screen, and you're going to be really happy.
Okay.
That's what you had for us? That's what you had, Star?
No. Bulldog's going to be happy with this, believe me.
Ooh, Steven says Odin would be cool. Odin would be a cool champion to
Yeah,
have.
Odin's in Future Fight. Again, I think it's one of those things like they're trading stuff off. It would be cool to have him though. I'd dig that. The All Father.
Absolutely.
They're probably gonna add Valkyrie or something.
Oh, I think Valkyrie's
after
coming.
the Ragnarok.
Yep.
I don't think so.
All right, guys. So we're gonna be taming this down as soon as I fight or kill this Joe Fixit. We're gonna probably start killing this stream. I'm going to try to actually get some real rest tonight, since I seem to do a great job of always finding a way to stay up super late. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I will be off early from work, which means I will be doing an early stream and then our typical late night stream. Also, don't forget, tomorrow we will be doing our rankings. We will be back on it. So tomorrow night will be rankings.
Is that Alliance War Attack that we're
Correct.
doing tomorrow? Okay, cool.
So guys, so everybody knows. Go ahead, Frojo.
I was gonna say, why don't you just come on my stream
Oh, early?
tomorrow? Because I'm gonna be on for like 5 hours. I'm gonna build as many 4-star crystals tomorrow as I can through farming the web slinger quest.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to farm like 5 to 7 4-star crystals tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll be around. So yeah, tomorrow I get off early, and then after that I'll be stopping in with Frojo, helping support that cause. So come around, check us out tomorrow night. Again, the big thing here is tomorrow night we will resume our rankings, and we are going to be looking at Alliance War attackers. Who are the top attackers in the game? Why? What do we think about them? What would you use them for? What paths you might want to look at with them? So on and so forth. So again, tomorrow night, be prepared. Alliance War Attack is what we're going to be ranking, and we're looking forward to having everybody in here. So again, do us one more favor. Get us some subscribers. We're setting at, let me take a look here, setting at 563. So started the challenge last night at around this time at 555. We're at 563. So let's see how quick it can go. Guys, as I finish this fight, if you got something, let's end this thing up. Star, we'll start with you. You're the youngest of the crew. Got anything to add before you head out tonight?
One, you always gotta say that, don't you, pal? Two, no, not anything besides that.
All right. Anthony, anything you got, man?
Yeah. Kabam is serious about this, guys, so we can sit here and debate what's ethical, what's not, who's right, who's wrong, but at the end, Kabam has the final say. If you break their rules, apparently they have no problem banning you, so either follow the rules or get banned, and that's about it.
Good point. All right, Jacob, anything you'd like to say before we head out?
Just R31, shut up.
R31's my boy.
All right. Chid, got anything?
We will be ranking Alliance War attackers, and please do show some love to Frojo, even though he won't give out the monkey wrench to all of us, but still, show some support to him.
Nice.
And see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Frojo, anything you got before you head out?
Just come out and see how I am forming these 4-stars tomorrow. I currently got 1,300 shards, and I'm going to build up to like 6 to 7 crystals, somewhere in there. I'm going to buy some units so I can buy energy refills and get these 4-star crystals, and hopefully get either Ghost Rider duped and maybe some other characters that I don't have. There's only a few of them that I don't have, so.
Awesome. All right, guys.
What's time, Frojo?
What's up?
What time you going on?
4 p.m. Eastern, so 3 p.m. Central.
Dang, I'll be at work. Shoot.
Well, I'll be on for hours, isn't it?
I work till 11 Eastern, 11 p.m.
All right, guys.
I'll be there, don't worry.
And again, remember, guys, if you're new here, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it, let people know. Here's my last bit of the night, and then we're going to get out of here. And I'm going to give my stances on the bans. We won't all always see eye to eye, but here's how I feel. Anything you do as a player inside the game is up to you. If you decide you want to mod and hack the game, have at it. Be aware, though, that your account is going to get banned, more than likely.
Yeah, good luck with that.
With that being said, I don't care. You want to hack it, you want to mod it, have at it. Don't affect everybody else. You want to see what the game looks like if you have all the champions, go for it. But don't affect my gameplay. For some of us, it's a very competitive game, and that's what I enjoy about it, is the competitive side of where this game can go. So you want to just see what it's like. You want to try it out, have at it. Don't affect the other guys. Don't affect the new guys in the arena. Leave them alone. Why are you, I don't understand why hack and bring champions in to grind the arena if you're just going to mess with other people's play. It makes no sense. So, with that being said, I'm glad you guys are banned. Adios, amigos. Toodaloos, you're out of here, and I'm thankful for it. However, there are slippery slopes. The moving people inside Alliance War and Alliance Quest, to me, is not a huge deal. If somebody's willing to trust another person enough with their account to do it, then that's on them. You have that same ability. There's nothing keeping anyone else from doing the same thing. So you can cry competitive advantage or disadvantage all you want, but the truth is you have that same advantage or disadvantage yourself. If you decide you want to share with someone, that's on you. Now, if they're a mod, a hacker, a cheater, good luck, because once again, you're getting banned. You're toast. So with that being said, I don't have a problem with people moving people or whatever. That's on them. But at the end of the day, I don't recommend it. But everybody can do it. There's nothing saying that everybody can move. So I don't see that as a disadvantage or an advantage, because if you trust somebody, you have the same advantage or disadvantage. And that goes with all groups. Now, on the other side of that.
And there you go. You got it.
Here's the deal. If someone else is playing your account, then, that's where it's a little bit different. And again, that runs down to everybody else's opinion. The other thing I want to touch on before I end my little rant here is buying, selling accounts. In my opinion, it is what it is. It's going to happen. I don't see a problem with it. I don't think it's ever anything that is going to be high enough inside the community that is going to change the outcome of the game, because there's one thing. It's either skill or no skill. You can either play the game or you can't. I've played a lot of games, and I have seen a lot of players buy accounts, get into top rating guilds, rating teams, ranked sponsored groups, and guess what? Before long, they're back out on the streets because they can't play at the level. Just because you have an account at that level doesn't mean you can just play at that level. So at that point, you fall behind. It doesn't matter what you have and don't have. It may make the game easier, but it doesn't fix your skill or lack of skill. So if you want to spend $1,000 to go buy a top tier account and you suck, hey, you're going to be relevant for about a month. And after that, everybody's going to see you for what you are. A sucky player that spent a lot of money on an account that was really good. And the key word is was really good, because eventually it will fall behind. So if you want to spend that money, have at it. It's your money. So that's my take on it. I think it all balances out by the time it's said and done. Buying and selling accounts allows players to join the game that normally wouldn't. So on that same aspect, I'm happy to have those players in the community, because the team needs good players. The community needs good players. So with that being said, that's my take on it. And again, we'll be seeing all of you all again tomorrow night. We will be ranking our Alliance War attackers, and that's my take on it. So see you guys tomorrow night, and best of luck. Hope you guys get what you're looking for. And Frojo, best of luck in your pools tomorrow. I'm going to be there, and can't wait to see how far you can go. All right, everybody.
Good night and good fight.
Take care.
So So I just get ignored
Oh,
for the final thought.
I'm sorry, Bulldog. I forgot you. Yes.
Whatever.
Final thought,
Good night.
Bulldog.
Cut the stream.
Nope, that's it. See you guys later.
Got it.
I totally
This
forgot.
stream is way too long. You need to cut it.